not just having more of a colour pop, but also to be rigid. We're working with today. We've got hat pins, we've got crocheted pieces, we have got beautiful sari silk earrings as well. There's absolutely plenty for you today. As well as that, I've got a little bit of green with envy section. So if you are interested in beautiful green springtime gemstones, then those are coming up with you this afternoon. I've got Saturday savings as well, including, if you're on our Facebook page, we put a little heads up about this earlier on. And actually, if you go on the Facebook page now, during my Facebook page, you'll be able to see a picture of what we're going to be making today, the Rudge Owl Macramé necklace and wirework combo. But if you were on the Facebook page, you've been able to see in my Saturday savers, I've got loads, including one of my favourite gemstones, less than £10. Way less. So many goodies for you today. Honestly, I am superbly excited. This is going to be a show and a half. Stick with us all afternoon. We're going to start with green with envy. Once Deb is all mic'd up, we'll have a little chat to her. But let's start off with a gemstone strand, shall we? Where are we heading to, my love? Oh, all of these are in plastic bags. Hang on. 2 plastic bags. There we go. Oh, luxurious. There's a film coming out this year called Vanishing Pearls. The situation with pearls at the moment is, well, to be honest, quite unexpected. Essentially, the film is going to be looking at the decreasing number of pearls and therefore the rising price of pearls. It's called Vanishing Pearls. Have a little look online. It's coming out this year. I'm not sure of the exact date, but I'll let you know as soon as I know. Now, essentially what the film is discussing is the fact that there's been the oil spill that happened in recent history, and also it's talking about tsunamis and the effect they have had on basically your ability to get your hands on pearls. I've got some information actually on slides for you. Have you got it now? So this one here is talking about the yields of pearls in China and that it is decreased by 60% in the last 4 years, which when you think of that percentage is a huge amount, isn't it? A mammoth amount. And of course, due to this amount going down, in fact, I've got it in a graph for you. So this is your yields down the side, and at the bottom is the yearly amount. So you can see by 2012 it's pretty much halved. 2013, the yields had gone down even more. 2014, yields are said to decrease by around 40% more than that. We've already had a decrease from September to November 2013, and that is set to keep going down, which is meaning that prices in the next couple of months are set to raise by around 20%. If you think about that, 20% worth, time on time of purchasing pearls, that's going to be a hefty amount, isn't it? So truly, it is worth getting your pearls, do you know what, from us, from anywhere else, wherever it will be. I'll be honest with you, get your pearls now, especially from us. Because although we know all of this, although we're aware of all this, we're aware of the situation with pearls, you're not going to be getting green cultured pearls 10 by 9 for this price today. You won't be paying £17.95. That's what they've been on air. That's what they've been on our website. Today, only until 9 o'clock, £14.95. Now, we always say to you that we will pass on the savings that we make from the locations we go to. We go obviously direct to mines, direct to locations to get our hands on gemstones and pearls. We always pass on our savings. What I would say is, with us and with everywhere else, you've seen the graphs, you've seen the statistics. The fact of the matter is, coming up in the next few months, you will see a rise in the price of pearls. April, the end of April, this month that film's coming out, Vanishing Pearls apparently. The end of this month, keep your eyes open for it. Get these whilst you can. Price slash from £17.95 to £14.95 today. If you are new to us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Don't worry if you are new and you're looking at these thinking, pearls, £14.95. What? Genuinely, this is the type of price we are working with. If you want to know the length of this strand as well, mine's working out 40 centimetres. If I pop it, I don't want to knock my mic, if I pop it around my neck, touching at the back, this is the length of the necklace you would be getting. This is with it touching at the back of my neck. So even if you just wanted to restrand these, you don't have to have been in jewellery making for a long time to create a truly stunning piece. And let's face it, lobster claw clasp on the back of that, restrand onto maybe beading thread. Let's be honest, you're going to be, just for that, you will not be charging anywhere near £15, double, maybe even triple it. Green cultured pearls on sale today, £14.95. Deb is here. Hello, Deb.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, excited about today.
I cannot wait to see how you've made these pieces. They are truly unique, individual and stunning. If you're into knitting or crochet, then there's going to be things for you. And I don't think I've ever said that on a designer inspiration show.
I'm not an expert knitter, but I managed with this.
So talk to us about your first piece. We'll be coming to you in around an hour. Talk us through what your idea with it was.
I've made a macrame owl, and he was so dinky, I just thought he's perfect size for a neck piece. And I wanted to combine him with wire. I live in the woods, and so we've got owls near us, and it was just, you know, inspired by what's around you, really. But I just thought the combination of the macrame, the wire, the stones was something I hadn't seen before, and wanted to do it. So.
If you've seen the picture online, you'll already be tuning in to wait and see. Don't worry, it will not be long at all. But one thing that the picture doesn't show, but I will show you later, is it's actually hinged. It's incredible. It's just fabulous. It's got a hidden hinge. I love it. Get your hands on this. Stay exactly where you are on the phones. £14.95. Honestly, don't get used to paying that price. You've seen the information. They will be going up. You're getting them discounted today from £17.95 to £14.95. Treat yourself. Now, if you are new to designer inspiration, long story short, we like to challenge our designers. So in the show, in the breaks where I'm here standing chatting, we give them a couple of strands, and what they're allowed to do is go in the drawer behind them. They're allowed to add wire to it or findings. The only rule is they must use what we've given them to be the focal point, the main piece in their design. This is one of those strands. So what I would say is, if you get your hands on this now, not only will you have the strand, but also later on, around 4:45, we'll go over to Deb and see what she's done, so you've got inspiration there as well. This is one of those strands. It's ruby zoisite. This is 120 carats worth. Now, if you're unaware of what ruby zoisite actually is, it's one of those strands that it does what it says on the tin, essentially. So some gemstone strands we'll know be named after places, named after people, but this one is named after what it is. It's zoisite with ruby. So zoisite is a gemstone family which has the big names in it, such as tanzanite, and it's also got ruby within it. Now we can see that this is high quality zoisite because look at the amount of red. All of the reds that you see is ruby. You've got loads in this one. Look at this, loads on there as well. This is high quality. Now it's funny with gemstone strands actually, because sometimes it's hard to work out the quality of something. Ruby zoisite isn't like that at all. You can see from the amount of reds you've got through here that this is a really beautiful high quality strand, and it's lengthy as well. 120 carats worth of this, and these are 8 by 10 mil. drill hole size is huge. I'm guessing a 1 mil through here. Huge drill hole on these. Your price, high quality, ruby zoisite today, £9.95. Honestly, no, not honestly. That is the price it should be. That is the price we have brought it to you. £6.95 today for you. £9.95 is if you went on our website before we crashed that would have been the price. It's £6.95 today. This is a beautiful quality strand. You can see all of the pinks. You can see all of the ruby in this. I'm going to hand this over to you now, Deb. Have you got any ideas initially coming up to you?
Ooh,
sorry, I'm not allowed to walk over. No, I won't throw. I'm just not allowed to walk. I've got blue tack on my feet.
Have you?
No, not allowed to move here. What are you thinking?
They have got quite a big hole, so you could probably get quite a few bits of wire or cord or something through there, which would work quite nicely. So the colours are gorgeous. I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet.
I'll let you have a little think.
I'll have
now,
a play.
I've got something. When you think of green with envy, there's probably two gemstones that spring to mind. One of them will be emerald and the other will be what I have in my hands now. This gemstone is the most difficult to work with and to facet. So difficult. I'll tell you why. Reason being, so imagine you've got a huge lump of rough. So what we talk about when we get rough is what it is when it's straight out of the ground. So you've got a huge lump of rough of chrome dioxide. Now chrome dioxide, the name itself means two-faced. The dioxide, it comes from, I think it's the Greek or the Latin, two-faced. And that's because it has two perfect cleavages. Now it sounds like a good thing. It's not when it comes to cutting. A cleavage is essentially a line that will run through the whole of the rough, that if it's even slightly touched, even slightly dented, the whole of the rough can just crumble. The whole amount can just shatter. It's essentially like a weak link within the chain, and it's just due to the growing process. Now some gemstones, high-end gemstones, have a perfect cleavage. Chrome dioxide, two-faced, has two. So one down the center and one down at an axis, which means that you are doubly as likely to completely ruin it. And the thing is, they don't necessarily just run in throughout a huge rough. You can get a tiny amount, tiny section that has two perfect cleavages. If that is even brushed against, it will just shatter. Now chrome dioxide, we know it's a high-end gemstone. Have a look on our website now. In fact, I've got a picture that I took this morning of our website, of our chrome dioxide. Oh, you don't have that one? Oh, I sent it to you before. Anyway, on our website at this very moment in time, there are 4 strands, or 5 strands, 4 or 5, of chrome dioxide. If you're online now, have a little look. Have a little look online. On there is, I think the cheapest one is £32.95, because you've got to think of the high price of these. You've got to think of the work that goes into this. You've got to think that as soon as that axis is even slightly brushed, it just turns into nothing. I've got a picture of this now, actually. Yeah, let's get that up. So I've got one, this is from our website right now. This is a live feed. £32.95, £34.95, £44.95, £49.95. So these are faceted, some of these. The lower priced one, you'll be able to see, is the faceted pairs, 30 carats worth. Today I'm bringing to you 25 carats worth, and these are in your graduated faceted pairs. Now to get a graduation in them, again, takes more money, more time, more effort. Let's just 30 carats worth as well was the £49 one, and that's because the hue in it, the power in it is so intense. And also the £44.95 one we saw is untreated. So no heat, no glass filling, no resin. This one I'm bringing to you now is also untreated. Take a look at it. Think of the work that goes in to creating this faceted, graduated strand. The faceting is exquisite. The colour is totally natural. Now with the $44.95 one, you only get 5 carats extra, but essentially everything else is the same. There's no treatment, there's no nothing. You're going to be blown away with the price of this. Today, £27.95. Get me that slide again. Have we got that? Oh no, we didn't, did we? It was £44.95 was the mid one, which only had 5 carats more and was totally natural like this. So £27.95 is out of this world. It is a jewellery connoisseur's top one. It's one of the favourites. The work that goes into this, the amount of broken gems you get with this is shocking. So £27.95 is wonderful. I want you to own this. I want you to get this home, because if you've worked with high-end emerald before, of course in emerald you're looking for stunning clarity, aren't you? You've got the emerald tones and you've got that stunning clarity on one of the hardest gemstones, not only to get out of the ground, but to facet and graduate like these have been. Because I want you to own it, I've asked, I've checked, I had a little meeting, you know as I do, and I've done something special on the price. £24.95 is what I have sorted out today for you. Honestly, for 5 carats extra on the natural like this, for only 5 carats extra on our website, you'd be paying an extra 20 quid, £20 you'd be paying on our website. That's competitive. This is yours today for £24.95. I went in and showed some of the ladies before in the workshop and I said it's going to be under £30 and they loved it. I didn't tell them how much by. I didn't say I've taken it to 24. You won't be seeing this again because there's so many of you on the phone for this. It's imperative you check out your baskets. If you are new to us, do get yourself, either call the call centre or go to jewellerymaker.com alternatively and get yourself set with this strand. The fact that you can own chrome dioxide. Do you know what as well? The amount of value you're getting for £24.95. 5 carats more on our website, you'd be paying an extra 20 quid for this. This is a serious discount because I adore this gem. And do you know what? If you're planning on getting this strand later on, how gorgeous does that go with the emerald? An emerald and chrome dioxide necklace. Now you're talking serious luxury. Honestly, I'm thinking for myself, if I was to buy a chrome dioxide and emerald necklace, I would be looking at paying £80, £90, possibly more. £24.95. Do your research, get out there, buy it first, because if you don't get on the phone lines now, you're probably going to miss out. Get on the phones now and then research. If you're not absolutely thrilled with it, 30-day money-back guarantee, but you will be. Beautifully eye clear, totally natural. Green with envy. I'm sure people will be if you miss out on this one. This was in 4. Yep. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Wait. It was in that box. Stay with. Don't go. It's in a plastic bag in a different one. Right, hang on. Oh, hello. This is Gems of Distinction. Sorry for me rustling. Sounds like I'm in a sweetie shop. Here we go. Right, ignore that I've just shown you. This is Gems of Distinction strand. Wowzers. Amethyst, I think, well, it's my birthday, so of course I love it. That and it won my race yesterday. Yes! If you have no idea what I'm talking about, yesterday we raced gemstones. But, I know, yes, Deb just looked up very shocked then. Watch it back on YouTube. So I've got here green amethyst, and I think amethyst in this green variety is beautiful because it's quite unusual and it's lovely for people who perhaps aren't girly girls. You know, Laura Binding will tell you purple's not her colour. She doesn't like purple, so she always thought she wasn't going to like amethyst until she saw that this beautiful green amethyst was available. It's a real subtle green, isn't it? It's not over the top, it's not overpowering. They're beautiful little drops in the prism shapes. Now the prism shapes, if you're unaware, the prism has got the square base and then it comes up into the triangular sides. Pyramid shapes. The interesting thing with a prism as well is, if you stay where you are, if you have a little look, I want to show you how the light runs through the prism. So the light comes through the prism at this direction. Can you see that at the base it looks a bit darker, doesn't it? It looks stronger in tone. That's because the light waves come through the top of the prism quicker, because you'll be able to see, there's the point. And if I show you the base, just look how interesting this colour pop is at the base. Can you see how the light runs through it? And it's a much stronger green at the base, isn't it? Such a beautiful, it almost, obviously amethyst isn't, but it almost gives it a pleochrysmic look, just due to the shape. 80 carats worth here, 22 centimetre strand. It's yours today for just £7.95 for Gems of Distinction. If you're not sure what Gems of Distinction is, essentially it's a higher class of gemstone. It's one that we specifically go and source and look for. So for example, if we got our hands on green amethyst that was maybe had lots of inclusions, lots of lines through it, we'd bring that to you, but it wouldn't be classed as a Gems of Distinction strand. The fact we've got our hands on this beautiful eye clear strand is why you're getting Gems of Distinction. It's that specific name, Gems of Distinction. You'll be able to tell it's a Gems of Distinction strand because when you get it, you'll get it in its own little sleeve. You'll also get, if I show you, with it, you'll get this little fold over that has inside some information about it. It says in there, congratulations on your purchase of this strand of Gems of Distinction. So you'll get that with it, which you could, if you wanted to, actually put this into your sales. You could actually add this, if you sold something using this Gems of Distinction strand, you could actually pop that in there, couldn't you? Just to let people know the quality that you're dealing with. £7.95 for this. There's plenty of it, you with it in your basket. Do check out for me. £2.95, doesn't matter how many times you check out. UORU98 your code on that. I'm going to give Deb another one of her challenges. I thought this would be a great one for your challenge because I think it's such an unusual shape. It'll be nice that you can own it and then see ways of working with it later on. Take a look at this Adventurine, 500 carats worth. Hefty amount. What do you think of this strand? It's because of the shape and because of the drill hole. Can you see they slightly overlap as well? What do you think of this? What would you think of doing with it?
I think it's quite dramatic. So I think, and also the way it falls, it looks like it's one of these collars. You know, they're quite big at the minute. All the layered collars with chain and that
I know
sort
exactly
of thing.
what you mean.
That would work brilliantly with that.
Gorgeous
that sort of
idea.
Yeah. Nice.
This is going to be winging its way to you in a moment.
Fab.
You've got 500 carats worth. These are 30 by 20 mil. Let's work out the price of these per one first. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 I have on my strands. Oh my goodness. Okay, these are huge, aren't they? 30 by 20 mil. As a ring, it's a perfect fit. It's huge. This is working out, if I put a bit of wire around this, how much would you sell? Just a little bit of wire, just to hold it on. How much would you sell this for as a ring, Deb? Hard to say, I know, but let's guesstimate.
£15?
£15.
It's going to be a big dramatic piece.
Well, that's good. Seeing as this one gemstone, the price I'm giving you today, is working out at 27 pence. The price on this strand is £6.50. Each one of these on my strand, of course, it's done on carat weight. You might get more, you might get less, but on my strand, they're working out 27p per stone.
That's daft.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Do you know what? I love this as a choker.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really like that. Gorgeous choker strand. And you could do it the other way, of course, couldn't you? Spiking up. Oh, I cannot believe I'm bringing you huge, genuine gemstones for 27 pence. There is plenty of you on the line for this. The fact you could make a ring, even adding on your wire, even if you used loads of wire, even if you used, a metre of wire, you could make a ring for way less than 50p.
50p, yeah.
50p, and you could sell it for 15. This is a money maker. You're gonna have to be quick though. I've just had the heads up. Really gonna have to be quick. I've got how many left? How much of my stock's gone? I've got 50% of my stock gone on this. Almost 50% gone already. So you're gonna have to get moving on this one, please. Check out your baskets. I've got new telephone bidders. Hello and welcome. 27 pence per gemstone. Even if you haven't opened your basket yet. For the weight of this, for the postage, even if you're only going to open your basket for one thing and get your hands on it today, may as well be this, you know. 27p per one. My lucky number, it can be yours too. Whole strand for just £6.50. Let me hand this to you.
Thank you.
Ooh, matrix box. It's a Findings matrix box and it's one of the really pretty ones. No, Producer Pip, I will not do a matrix move. Boys. I know. Have a look at this matrix. Deb, don't you get involved. This is 925 sterling silver, including the beautiful green onyx. You've got in here, if you have a look, you've got in here bezel set, green onyx, faceted, eye loop at the top. You're going to be getting 3 of these. Now one of them is this one that I have here, which is 24 by 16 mil, 5 carats worth of your green onyx. And then you're getting 2 of these 22 by 14, and these are 10 carats worth of your green onyx, all 925. Look at the faceting, and show you the other side as well. Clarity on that, you can see completely through, can't you? You can see my finger running through. That's stunning. You only get that with the highest quality of green onyx that I've just dropped. Don't worry, you won't get this one. Goes to show how strong onyx is though. You've also got a length of chain. 925 chain is always popular. You've got your toggle clasp as well. You've got your S hooks, 2 of these S hooks. You've got 2 pairs of your 925 shepherd's hooks that have the ball and the coil detail. And you're getting a selection of jump rings as well, 8 of these 925. And these are your 5mm jump rings. Oh, come on. Play fair. So, huge box, loads of goodies, 15 carats worth of your green onyx in total. How do you feel about a never before seen price? £29.95. You've seen it at many times before. You've enjoyed it at that. Maybe you already bought it at £29.95, loved it so much you're going to treat yourself to another one for just, that's the same price. Doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want the price to go down. It's all right, we've taken the graphics out. I'll tell you what price it will be. Oh, it's coming in now. It's not £29.95, £24.95 for this entire box of goodies, and it's all £9.25. Of your chain as well, you will be getting, how long is that chain? 50 centimetres. So half a metre's worth of chain you'll be getting on this. Isn't that a real stunner treat? For £9.25 chain. 50 centimetres. And you've got the toggle clasp, you've got 2 of the S shapes, so you've essentially got 3 different clasps in here as well. 2 pairs of shepherd's hooks. If you're new to jewellery making, you have got a ready-made piece here. It's like a kit. So all you have to do is get your chain, get your jump ring. This is a jump ring. Add a jump ring on to your chain, say at the bottom, and then add on one of your onyxes, again at the bottom, and then just add, say, a toggle clasp at the back. Done. You've got yourself a ready-made piece of jewellery there, and you'll have, not only will you have loads left over, but someone will pay easily £30 for that, for £9.25, really easily. A lot of our guest designers say that people are initially attracted to and mainly enjoying purchasing 925. Do you find that, Deb?
Yeah, 925. It's what people are used to because they've seen it in the shops, they've seen it in, you know, on the high street. So they're used to that. You know, it's nothing different and scary, as it were. It's familiar. And so they'll approach you, and if you're using 925, then you know, it shows that you're valuing what you're doing.
I agree with that, definitely, and it shows you know what you're doing as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've had a message in. This is from Anonymous, and it says, "Hi Becky, hello. When are you showing the multi-emerald, ruby and sapphire? What's that?
It's a new one.
Sapphire strand." Well, Anonymous, about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. If you're not sure what we're talking about. Oh, it's this strand. Coming up, 10, 15 minutes. We're not even going to make you wait for this. It's so gorgeous. We know you love it. There's no point in making you wait and bringing it to you in about 10, 15 minutes. That's it. So stay where you are. Before that, though, how about the one I showed you earlier on? Green Apatite. It's pretty. Faceted rondelles. 3x2 to 5x3. Hasn't that got a beautiful emerald quality about it? Hasn't it? This is a really captivating strand. Your eye's initially drawn in with the facets. If I hold it really still and just spin it, your eye's really drawn to the facets, isn't it? There's a lot of faceting on this. But then your eye's drawn even closer with this really strong green hue. And when you do get close, you can see the clarity of this as well. Rondelles are so tricky to create the shape, especially on little beauties like this, because can you imagine creating literally, I don't know, 20, 30 facets on something that could be, and is on this strand, some of them, 3 by 2 mil. It's a lot of work, all hand faceted. What do you think of this? What would you do with this strand, Deb?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
The little flower baskets that I make, that makes the green rondelle will make a really nice branch, and it catches the light, and it's a strong enough look and sparkle to stand up to whatever gems you're using for the flowers in the basket, and it's a gorgeous strength of green, so it's a really nice backdrop for other colours. But also, I mean, imagine using those as little spaces between pearls. That would
How
look
luxurious.
lovely.
If you got those green pearls before, these in between spaces.
Yeah.
That is luxury. 30 carats, your price, £11.95 for you today. It's a stunner of a deal. Apatite's an interesting one. I love apatite because it's got such a rich history. Have a little look online, purchase this. Got loads of history, lots of myths and legends about it. It's a really beautiful and interesting strand. £11.95 is your price for this today. Got another treat for you now. I think I'm safe in saying it's the lowest ever priced Savarite garnet I've seen. Savarite garnet generally, well, what's on our website at the moment, Pip? Have a little look. It is so stunning. Savarite garnet is in the garnet family, possibly one of the most sought after, the highest quality and the most expensive of the family itself. Really luxurious Savarite garnet. We've had a little look online and we haven't actually got any faceted garnet at the moment. Even on our website we haven't got any. We've got some nuggets, but they're tiny and they're nuggets, they're not faceted. But we don't actually have any on the website at the moment. I know that I've done Savarite garnet for I think £32. I did one a couple of weeks ago at £32.95. This one's nowhere near that. 25 carats worth of this today. Savarite garnet, what does it make you think of, Deb?
Oh, well, that again, the colour is amazing, but it's expensive. You know, just the sound, the name makes you think that's going to cost.
Yes.
Because it's so difficult to find a quality. You know, it's a rare gemstone. Yeah. And it's beautiful.
This isn't heat treated. It's completely natural.
Really?
Yeah. To get that strength of colour, and it's African, which of course, for this quality, for this amount of colour naturally, it is. You can tell it's African because that's kind of the location, isn't it?
Yeah, it's stunning.
I've talked a lot about the price on this. How about bring it in? £19.95.
Really?
Honestly. What do you think of that?
I think that's amazing because the strength of colour is fantastic.
Natural.
And it's natural. Yeah. Yeah. Gorgeous.
I'm so amazed that I'm able to bring you this for under £20 for Savarite garnet. It's been used by Cartier, it's been used by Van Cleef. It's got that high-end feel and name to it. And the gorgeous thing with Savarite garnet as well is, I think even if you're not maybe a jewellery connoisseur, you will know Savarite garnet and you will know the high name and generally high price tag that comes with that name. But £19.95 today for this is exceptional. How about some peridot? Now, if you're not really maybe that into green as a colour, then I think this might change your mind, because it's almost got a bit of a zesty lemony lime feel to it. Have a look.
Ooh, they're pretty. Oh, they are gorgeous.
Ooh, do you like?
They are amazing. Yeah.
What is it that just draws your eye in?
Again, well, I like all of the different greens, but that's so fresh and clean and zingy, and it's an accent that really sort of brings other colours to life as well. But the clarity on that and the faceting on that strand is amazing.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Can I borrow your necklace?
Well, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is the necklace we're going to be showing you how to make. Could you imagine these as leaves? Have a look. This is what we're going to be showing you how to make later. Isn't that stunning? But I can see these as little delicate buds or little delicate leaves. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, tiara twist them onto the branches.
Yes. I love.
Gorgeous.
What a fab idea. I think when it comes to peridot, it's a very happy gem, isn't it? It's a very fun, very bright, very breezy, so springtime. And as well, it's one of the colours of the year that's coming in for the autumn-winter, actually, which is unusual. Autumn-winter this year is going really high pops of colour. So get it in now, because people will start to look for these bright colours. And if you've already got it on your stands, then you may well be ahead of the others. 18 centimetre strand, 30 carats, super sparkly, gorgeous peridot. The price? £14.95 on these today. VKRU06. £14.95, and there is loads on here. The graduation all the way from 4x3 to 6x4 on these. So it's subtle. It's a nice subtle difference. This could be an earring strand, couldn't it? Think of the amount you could get out of this. In fact, I've got earring section on tomorrow if you are interested in making your own earrings. Now let's go at the other end of the scale and go huge, shall we? Huge pre-night. Perfect for macrame. I love pre-night because it's got that amber feel to it, doesn't it? You know, amber, of course, it's a sap, isn't it, that collects nature around it essentially. And peridot makes me feel that way. Every time you look at it, it offers you something different. Every time you look at it, there's another section of nature that you maybe noticed that you didn't see before. These shards internally, to me, almost look like little captured leaves or mosses that have been growing and then just been solidified. For some reason, it makes me think of the outdoors. It makes me think nature. It almost makes me think, you know, fairies bumbling around amongst these gemstones. Yeah, fairies bumble, don't they?
I thought they sort of tiptoed and
frolicked. Frolicked
yeah,
is better.
Yeah.
Frolicking fairies, of course.
Yeah.
Frolicking fairies around these pre-night. Do you know what I mean? It's got that feel to it, doesn't it? 400 carats worth of this beautiful pre-night. If you haven't owned pre-night before, or maybe you've owned it in a smaller version, do get these nice large sizes home, because you can't actually see properly with the cameras what I can see. These to you must look like they're just on the surface, but when you get these home, you'll be able to see these actually dart and meld internally within these, all jutting out at different areas and speeding through at different swirls and spirals, and it's a really interesting gemstone. If you're into the kind of Zen approach with gemstones, which is to look at the fluidity of a gem, and for a gem that will offer you something different every time you see it, every time you work with it, then this will be the strand for you. SEG P85, price for 400 carats worth of your 12mm pre-night. £7.95 for you. And you're getting a hefty amount, 400 carats. Where's my trusty ruler? My strand, bearing in mind our average strand is 30 centimetres. Look, it's 30 centimetre ruler. You're looking on my strand closer to 40. You'll definitely be getting 400 carats worth. £7.95 is the price on this today. 12mm plain rounds of your pre-night. What do you think of pre-night, Deb?
I agree. It's like a mossy stream, or like a river running over mossy rocks, and it is quite woodland, and yeah, I can see fairies bumbling around those.
I thought we didn't like bumbling, Deb.
No, but they're always interesting. There's always something new to look at. Every time you look at the stone, you see it in a different light or a different angle, and it looks completely new. So I like stones like that with some interest that you can look into and see the texture.
This on a movable ring or a pair of earrings, just something that drops that you can look around.
Yeah.
I've got 34 on my strand, so that's working out 23p per gemstone, 12mm. Wow. This is genuine gemstones. I think you will be hard pushed to find a strand of glass that works out at 23p per piece, per 12mm piece.
And it's not got that texture, that life.
No. You've waited very patiently. It's coming now. You've waited. If you want this, you've got to be quick though. How many? 37 is the amount I have on here. The amount I have here. Once this is gone today, in the next 10 minutes, this is gone. Have a look. I've never seen a strand of this quality and this variety of gemstones. Ruby, emerald and sapphire in one strand. Now before, when you were looking at getting this variety of gemstones, the only way you'd be able to do it is by purchasing a matrix box. Look at those. Let me be quiet. Let's just enjoy. Oh, that was nice. Isn't that? Look at that sapphire. Look, yellow sapphire. That is, well, honestly, we're at TikTok. We are clocking down on the amount of time that yellow sapphire will even be able to get our hands on it anymore. Emerald in here, you can tell the quality because clarity in emerald. Whoa. Look at those rich rubies as well. The faceting on these, look at that. You can see on that recording. Can you imagine? Do you know what that makes me think of? Date night. Imagine creating something, a piece that you might wear on a night out with a loved one, with your friends, and you know, you go out for a nice candlelit meal and then it'll just sparkle away. Maybe you go to a bar afterwards and there's lots of bright lights and it'll sparkle even more. It's just a special piece for a special day. Bridal for this as well, because do you know what? How stunning is this? Maybe you'll do the blue sections of the sapphire. Maybe that's bride something blue, maybe. Maybe for your gents, you could give them the emerald. Maybe if your bridesmaid has got, maybe, you know, bridesmaids now, they have a lot of coloured dresses, don't they? The pinks, mother of the bride maybe the yellow. They can have, you've got a bridal party, essentially, in one strand here. We know that these are 3 of your big 4. Have a price in your mind now, please, for this high carat weight in these big ones. The quality on this is exceptional. You can see that at home. The quality of the faceting. Now, Lapidris, to be honest, wouldn't be bothered to facet gemstones that are this delicate and this perfect. They wouldn't bother to facet them if it wasn't this higher quality. Clarity in emerald, honestly, is almost unheard of when we bring it to you in a strand, but you're getting it here. Clarity in ruby is exceptional. Now, Michelle, do you remember me telling you about Michelle yesterday? Michelle was on the workshop last week and I met her. She had a beautiful necklace on, and she'd used emerald, ruby and sapphire from here, from us. She'd paired it with 925, but essentially it was just those 3 gemstones with 925. She went and got it valued, £500 she got it valued for. That's from here. That's with our quality. And what I would say is the emeralds in there wasn't clear like this, which makes it higher in price, and there wasn't any yellow sapphire on that like there is here. Bear that in mind, please, when you see this stunning deal. You are going to get the big 3 for under £90. Way under. £54.95 is the price on this treat today. Do you know what? Blimey. Think about it this way as well. Maybe you've never wanted to use ruby, emerald and sapphire together, because essentially per strand you might be looking at what, 30, well no, for sapphire £40 a strand, emerald maybe about 40, ruby maybe about 40. Maybe you've wanted to always create a piece with 3 of the big 4 on it, but essentially if you do it that way by buying the individual strands, you're up to what, 120, 130 pounds to be able to create it. Now you can create a look with 3 of the big 4 for just £54.95. I've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and I'm halfway through the strand. Oh no, I'm not even halfway. 34 gemstones I've got on my strand, halfway down, so that would be 68 pieces. So what's that per one? Divided by 68. Oh my goodness. Think of it this way. 68 I've got on my strands at £54.95 for sapphire, ruby and emerald. For one gemstone, each one is working out 80 pence.
80 pence for an emerald, 80 pence for a sapphire. But they've been faceted and colour matched and strung and all of that, and they're gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
They are. That's the word of the day.
80 pence for a sapphire. Could you, oh my goodness. I have seen faux sapphire for double, triple that, and it's glass. Look at this. This one here. That there. Gorgeous blue, cashmere coloured sapphire. It's the colour and the gemstone that Kate has on her finger right now, Princess Kate. 80 pence that is costing. On a head pin, 925 head pin, 925 shepherd's hook. Do you know what? Don't even bother with an head pin. Just pop it on a shepherd hook. Sapphire earrings, you can be making £2. That's even including 925, about £2 to make. £54.95, 80 pence per gemstone. What I will say is that person with it in their basket, really important you check out now, because half of my stock is gone already. Half of my stock, 50% has gone. So it's really important you're all checking out, you're all getting yourself online. Just going on our own website, go on. Well, on Gemporia. Gemporia is our umbrella. So we've got us, Gems, Rocks, Lounge, our sister channels. Sapphire drop earrings with 925 sterling silver. So this is us, this is Gemporia. We are so competitive. We are, honestly, just have a little look around. Drop pair 925 sterling silver with a drop of blue sapphire, £77. Cost you £2 to make at home if you get this strand. What would you do with this, Deb?
I'd go for the waterfall effect on earrings and a pendant. 925, definitely. And I'd mix the colours. So I'd have a rainbow of colours.
I love. If you are into bridal as well, I could see this in a, you know, the vine twist. How
Pretty.
stunning. This on a fascinator as well. You know, we had the race show yesterday. We were talking about fascinators and the movement and the sparkle you want.
Yeah. Let the light travel around. It'd be nice.
Enjoy these. The fact you're getting sapphire, emerald and ruby for 80 pence per piece. I'm going to go and have a quick lie down. So join me after this break because we have got our owl. See you then.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have two delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Welcome to Designer Inspiration. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Becky and I'm joined by the ever so lovely Deborah. How are you?
Hello.
We're going to be looking at this in a minute, aren't we?
That was really odd, wasn't it?
Hello.
I'll say it before anybody else does.
We were all thinking it, Deb.
Yeah, I know.
In moments, we are going to be flitting over to have a right hoot and find out how to make this beautiful, beautiful necklace with Becky's and Hinge. I just love it. We'll be showing how exactly to make that. And also, if you are interested, sari silk bundle, sari silk make, we're going to be working it with wire, with something to make it rigid, and crochet knitting type goodies. Everything. But before that, I've got something you've all been waiting for. Guess who's back? Back again. It's the mini macrame board and 35 T-pins. These make macrame so much easier. Mark Smith swears by these. How do you feel about the teas?
You can't make, well, you can. I was going to say you can't make the owl without them. You can, but to make sure you keep your tension as you need it, they're invaluable. So yeah, definitely get them.
It makes the difference between a finished design and a professionally finished piece.
It also makes a difference between you enjoying what you're doing and hating what you're doing because it's not going right. So it's like if you've got the right pliers for the job, you know, it makes wire working easier. If you've got the T-pins, it makes the working of your cords much easier because it's like an extra pair of hands almost on your board. So yeah, essential.
Macrame has been around for centuries, hasn't it?
It has.
It's something that is, at the moment, very popular, not only as craft, but as wearable pieces, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I learnt in the 1970s.
Did you?
Yeah. Made, of course I did, one of those planters, macrame plant hanger
I know
things.
Exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So my mum's still got them. But
oh, you were so high fash. So high fash.
I know, darling. Yes.
I'm going to do you a cracking deal on this today, but what I will say is there's already loads of you on the phone and loads of you with it in your baskets. It won't last long. What I will say is if you're happy to pay £15 for 35 of the T-pins and our back in stock mini macrame board, it's essential you get on the phone now. In the macrame board, you'll be able to see there's a picture of macrame on here. Well, this owl is macrame. There's another example of it over here as well. These are the types of pieces you can make. There's some macrame here as well, and this that we've got on there is something that you can make without having to have done it for years and years and years. It's quite a quick skill to learn the basics, but then there is chances there to go really over the top, really overboard with these. Male jewellery, a lot at the moment, if you've seen it on the high street, has been macrame. Loads of it. If you think of your high street shops, your Topman, your Burtons, that type of place, they've got loads of macrame in at the moment.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
My son's just turned 16 and he's put his order in. I've made him one bracelet out of leather, some of the leather cord we do, and I didn't think he'd wear it. 2 little wooden beads on the end. He's now put his order in for a black one and a white one. So he's also thinking about selling them at school.
Oh, I love. What I will say is there's about a minute on the phone wait. It's worth the wait. If you're on the phone now, don't worry, you're going to get it. We've currently got enough stock, you will. If you're not on the phone yet, it's important you get on now. Do not for a second wait. Don't think, oh, I'll wait 5 minutes for the phone to have quieted down, because it won't. And also, I don't want you to miss out on this. Now, macrame itself, like we said, it's very in fashion at the moment. It's a nice one for beginners as well, I would say, because you start off and you can create pieces very quickly, but very, very low cost.
Yeah.
But then as you progress, you can start using genuine gemstones. You can start using some of the big four to create really high-end pieces as well. I know you were saying before about, you know, selling them, your son selling them in pieces.
Yeah.
I love macrame because it is something that kids can get involved with.
Yes, that's what I should really do, is teach him how to do it and
Save yourself the time.
Yeah.
But
it's a
it
bit
is
like reverse child labour, isn't it?
a little bit, yeah, making you do it.
Yeah, not quite right.
Now, it's something that you can make a lot of money from. It's also something you can just do for fun. Whatever you're deciding to do with your macrame boards and your T-pins, I am sure you're going to love the price I'm about to give to you on this. £9.95 for the macrame board and 35 of the T-pins. Talk to us a bit more about the T-pins. They're essential, of course, to give a really professional finish, a really symmetrical finish. But also, do they make life easier with the more intricate ones?
They do. And something I mentioned to Pip when he was just laying them out on the board there was I've had mine since I was about 12, and they're a lot flimsier than the ones you've got there. Because they're so well made, they're going to last you for ages. They're nice and strong.
They're extremely strong.
So if you apply a bit of tension to your cords as you're working, they're not going to bend.
No.
And they're also not going to pop out of your macrame board. So yeah, it fixes your pattern in place almost as you're working.
It is extremely strong. They are so thick, but they've got a precision point, so they're not going to get in your way.
No.
But the strength is there.
No, they're fantastic.
£9.95. There's approximately a 2-minute queue on the phone now. Congratulations to those 50 or 60 people who have already got it and already checked it out. Thanks for getting on the line quickly. £9.95 is the price you will all pay on this today. I've got some bad news. Last 40 of these now. If you're on the phone now, you should get it. If you're not on right now, it's imperative you get on in possibly the next 20 seconds. Queue is about 2 minutes. We'll be with you. You answer in order 0800 644 655. It's free phone if you're ringing from a landline. £2.95. If you are into macrame or you're looking at starting out for macrame, we're going to show you straight away a piece to make now. Make a note of the date. You can watch us back on our Jewellery Maker YouTube channel. But also with this, we've got threading materials coming up for you. I've got the large macrame board coming back in stock for you this afternoon as well. Last 30. That is it. We are officially in the last chance saloon. I've got 30 left exactly. I've got 14 in web baskets. 14 in web baskets, 30 left, 22 on the phone for this. Imperative you stay where you are for me, please, because someone is going to miss out. Definitely. 13, 12 now in baskets. 12 in baskets, 19 of you on the phone. 14 in baskets. 20 people on the phone, 16 in baskets.
Oops.
24 left in total. Fastest fingers first now, less than 24 now. Whoever checks out quickest will get it. If you're on the line, stay exactly where you are, because sometimes I can say, oh, check out online, but it can take people a while to do it, or you know, they might have dashed off or something. So do stay on the phone lines, because you might actually be able to nick it out of someone's basket, because until you click to check out, it's not actually yours. You're just holding on to it, you're just storing it. So do click to check out. £9.95 is going to be a sellout in the next 45 seconds, possibly. 19 left. Minute and a half, let's say then. Minute and a half, you've got to get your hands on this. So, Deb, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
It's a pleasure.
For someone who's maybe not seen you before, you're relatively new to us. I know you've done a few shows, but give us a little bit of a summary. Who you are?
I trained as a silversmith and jewellery designer hundreds of years ago, and then went and took 9-to-5 jobs and did it all as a hobby. And at the beginning of this year, I've had a big birthday this year, and decided
30?
Oh, I wish. I don't know if I can even remember that far back.
Oh, stop. Stop it.
So yeah, it's time to sort of go for it and do it. So I've just started making pieces that I love, that I would wear. I tend to wear big jewellery, big statement pieces, and it's what I love. So
you've certainly created a statement piece here. It's an absolute beauty. In single figures now, on the macrame board and the T-pin. Single figures, £9.95, 35 of your T-pins and the board, and you can create, by the way, that's not allocated to our show amount. That's in total. So sometimes we might have, say, 100 of something allocated to us, but then someone else will have 100 in there, someone else will have 100 in their show. No, that's in total. That's in the warehouse, in the building. Single figures left. That's all I've got. Once it's gone, it's gone. £9.95. And with this board and the T-pins, you can create this beautiful owl. And I'm going to show you this hinge, which I absolutely love. Let me show you. I don't know why it impresses me so much, but let's just look. Look, when you take this off, you'd think, oh, it just bends around a bit, but no. No, look. How cool is that? Look, hinge.
Yeah, hours of fun.
Hours of fun. Owls of fun.
Oh no.
That was naff.
That wasn't me.
I know, that was naff. But this means that because it's got this hinge in it, it means that when you're taking it off, you're not distorting it.
Yeah.
You don't have to bend the wire and it moves the torque.
Yeah.
It's just got a hinge, so it's easy to get off. Even if you've got maybe a massive updo, or you know, your hair's all flowing around. Sometimes if you've got a wire work necklace, to get it off, you've got to be really careful not to catch it, not to bend it. Really easy to undo. And I think that's so clever. I can't wait to find out how to make it. How many have I got in stock on this at the moment? 4. I've got 4 of these in stock. And 16 people with it in their baskets. And 10 people on the phone. Stay where you are, check out your baskets, because it's a sellout. 2 people's just checked out, I've got 2 left. It's going to be a sellout. Who's going to get the last one? Gonna have to move on. We're gonna have to move on. It's a sellout. I'm sorry. If you're on the phone, stay where you are, check out your basket. It might be you to nick that last one. It's a sellout. Now, I have got your designer inspiration bundle here. So this is great for pairing up with our T-pins and our macrame board. What did you think of this when you first saw it all together?
It was, it's a fab, colourful bundle. So, I mean, you can make some really fun, exciting pieces with the colours that are in there. There's some real vibrancy, which is nice.
There is some beautiful brightness, isn't there? So you've got in here 10 metres of your 0.4, and 10 metres of your 0.8, and these are in the Antiques Bronze colour. You're also going to be getting the hemp cord in a multitude of colours. You can make your owl, you could even make a parrot.
You could.
Or maybe a disco owl of some
Blackbird.
sort. Blackbird. Oh, robin
Red
redbreast.
robin. Yep.
Like that.
That's the way. Robin.
Cat. Golden retriever. Loads of things you can make with this. A canary. Any kind of furry friend you wish.
Now there's a challenge.
You've got 10 different colours in there, and I've got your gemstones for you too. The gemstones that you've worked as leaf, the designs on this, they scream leaf, don't they?
They do. They're brilliant. Perfect size, perfect shape.
They didn't
Perfect
want you
colour.
to leaf them out of the design. Now you've got in here 265 carats worth of your Botswana agate in the puffy coins, 16mm. You've also got 50 carats of the green agate in the top jewelled marquise, 12x6. And you've got 60 carats worth of your green aventurine as well in here. And these are the same size, 12x6mm. So let's recap. You've got 10 yards of your 0.5 hemp cord, 10 yards on each of the 10 spools. You've got Botswana agate 260 carats, 50 carats of green agate, and 60 carats of your green aventurine. You've got 10 metres of your Antiques Bronze 0.4 and 10 metres of 0.8. Your price online now, £32.70. So that's if you were to go on and buy all of this separately, all individually on our website. So we price compare against ourselves. That's how confident we are when it comes to things like your genuine gemstones and your bundles. We price compare against ourselves to give you a great offer for designer inspiration. It's not £32.70. ULGC04 is a discount code. Type that in and today you'll pay just £21.95. That's over £10 you're saving on this today. 3 strands of genuine gemstones, 100 yards worth of your hemp cord, 20 metres of wire. And how much are we looking at selling your owl for?
Well, you could sell it. It's difficult to say because it's quite quirky, I suppose. But you could probably sell it for £50 if you were in the right place.
Oh yeah, easily agree with that. So you can make your money back on one piece and more, but of course you didn't use all the hemp cord, and I'm presuming you didn't use all the gems either.
I used 1 skein of hemp cord, and I used 3 Botswana agate.
And that's to create the whole set, isn't it, with the earrings as well?
No,
for the necklace, sorry.
6.
Yes, yeah, on the necklace.
Yeah.
So you've used 2 at the back, if I show you the back as well.
Yeah.
You can see, I love that. This says to me luxury, because even at the back you've got your gemstones. Stunning. And you had marquise left.
Yep, still got the leaves left. So all of the cord that you've got is amazing for that. I more or less used all of the wire because there's a lot of wire work in there.
So if you've got wire at home, say, you could make 10 of the owls with the spools in different colours.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
Yeah.
And if you were a little bit tamer, say, on using the gemstones, you could probably get 10 out of this as well.
Yeah. Well, also, you could make smaller branches and hang it from chain, because I was digging around earlier and found some chain from one of the findings kits, and it's the new chain that matches the
Antiques bronze.
The antique bronze perfectly.
Yeah, it does. It's perfect, doesn't it?
So that would cut down on the amount of wire that you're using, so you could make more.
So you can make more if you wanted to.
Yeah, mix it in with your
Get your
jam.
hands in it whilst you can. We've sold out of plenty already today, so get this whilst you can. £21.95 for you. So fab. Deb, where do we start on this design?
Okay, we'll start with the owl and work out from there. So
Okay.
to start with, take your 0.8 mil wire and just cut a section. That's probably what, 8 inches? 20 centimetres
about, yeah.
ish, there or thereabouts, and make a loop. If I show you on the necklace where we're going to start, we're going to start at
With his
the
little
top
tawny
with his
ears.
So this piece of wire will come across on the owl,
I see.
across here, and then it will work its way down this branch
Okay.
and this way. So it forms part of the structure of the tree as well as the owl's head.
Fab.
Okay, so starting off, just make a couple of loops right at the very, very end, and then leaving about 2 centimetres, make another loop there, wrap it all the way around, open your pliers and wrap it round again so it comes back on itself, so it's like that.
Okay.
So just bend it into a bit of a curve, and that's the top of the owl's head.
I see.
Showing you the wrong way around there. Right, so the next bit is attaching your cords. So I took a skein of, I'm using a different colour for this first bit. Took a whole skein and divided it into 8. So just halved it again, and chopped it up. So we got 8 pieces. So that forms your owl. Okay. So using a couple of your pins, just pin down through the loops. I'll have to move the board down for you. There you go. So pin through 2 of the loops, and then take your cords and attach them using a loop at the end, pushed underneath your wire, pull it back up, and then thread your tails through.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a couple of seconds just to put these on, unless I get into a right mess. Tie me up, tie you up, tie the whole studio up.
Tie us all up.
The cats, for some reason, think it's a great idea to come and help until they get beaten up by bits of wire and
Yeah, I can
cord
imagine
and
they
things.
think it's a
Yeah.
cracking plan
Yeah.
until they get entangled. I want to let you know as well that I have got plenty of you purchasing this bundle at the moment. Please do get your hands on it whilst you can at £21.95 because we're using a whole reel of the cord for the owl, so you essentially can make 10 different creatures with the amount you're getting, because you're getting 100 yards in total of the hemp cord, as well as the aventurine, 2 strands of agate, antiques bronze coloured wire, 20 metres, 0.8 and your favourite 0.4. You're getting it over £10 off today, over a £10 saving, £21.95, ULGC 04.
Okay, last few going on. And push them along so that they're nice and tight and you can't see the wire through. I toyed with the idea of trying to learn to do it upside down so that I was okay for the cameras, but chickened out.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say it seemed a bit much.
Yeah,
That's a bit too much.
No, I can't.
Teaching yourself backwards.
If I was Leonardo da Vinci, I'd be able to do it, wouldn't I? He could write in mirrors, couldn't he?
Oh, of course,
backwards
yes, so he can. Yeah.
things.
I can do it on a steamy window. I can write backwards.
Can you?
Yes, yeah.
I don't want to know what you're writing.
Wow. Hello.
On steamy window.
Yeah, well, you know, when you get in the car
Oh, right, yeah.
and it's all steamed up.
Smiley faces.
Yeah, smiley faces. I do footprints as well.
Did you?
You know, with the side of your hand, do that,
Yeah.
and then toes. It looks just like a foot.
I've never tried that.
Oh, Deb, you were
I've
missing
never lived.
out. You remember that? So you've done
I'm
all of
desperate
the
to try
crumble-
that
I
now.
know. We'll do it in the break. We're going to miss up one of the TVs.
Right, so you've got all your 8 cords attached. So we're going to start doing the top of his head, which
So
comes
this
down into a
section
point.
here.
Yep.
This section on the owl here.
Yep, up there.
Down to this bar here.
Yeah.
Fab.
Okay, so you take your first 4 cords and take in the middle 2, they become your laces. So just attach them at the bottom. Now this is where those pins are going to come in really, really into their own because they're quite strong. And so you can put some tension onto your lazy strands as you're working. It helps keep it all neat and tidy. So just doing a basic square knot. Do that one and then I'll talk you through the next one. Okay, so that's the first one. Take your second 4 strands, making sure you're keeping it all in order.
Okay.
Don't overlap and sort of shuffle them around. Middle 2 is your lazy. So taking the left strand over your 2 lazy strands here, and your right strand goes under the lazies and through the loop. Just pull it tight and then do the same on the reverse. So left strand over, right strand under and through, and pull. Attach those 2 down at the bottom. Take your next 2 and the following 2. Separate out the 2 on the outside. Middle 2 become your lazy, and again just do a full square knot.
So that's quite a standard knot for macrame, isn't it? You
It
can do
is.
lots of pieces with it, can't you?
Yeah, it's just the basic one that you'd start off using first. So it looks a lot more complex in the section of the owl. It looks like it's something completely different and quite complex.
Yeah.
But
I
when
would
it's-
never have guessed.
No, when it's broken down, it's actually straightforward. So this is really something that a beginner could do. If you've got the board and the pins, then you know it's fairly straightforward to do this. Right, so we've done 1 row all the way across. So we go back to the beginning, take out your first 4 and then take off your first 2 and put those over to the side. So you can just fix them into the edge of your board. And then what you do is you pick up your next 4 strands, and again you take the first 2 and pull them into a group with the 2
that you had.
that you already had. Yep. So again, you take off your 2 outside ones, attach your 2 middle as your lazies, and do a whole row of your knots going across. So here you have to pull it quite tight to make sure that you're not leaving holes and gaps. So that's where your tension on your knots is quite important.
Okay.
Okay, so that's once, so I'll just zip across and do the others. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what this is doing is it's making the pattern, but it's also attaching and tying all of the cords together. So it's sort of weaving it into one section rather than it being rows of separate strands.
I see.
So it makes it more fabric-like, I suppose. Okay. So it's starting to build now.
That's what I love about macrame. It builds quickly, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, it does. And it's it looks really intricate and difficult, but it's not.
But it's not.
It's just a series of steps and processes that you go through to build an intricate pattern.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's why I like it, is because it is. It looks a lot more complex than it actually is.
It's one of those things that once you've got a rhythm,
Yeah.
you almost don't have to pay that much attention,
No.
do you?
No. So the next row, take off the first 2.
Yeah.
Stick that. Shall I make you do this one?
Nope.
No. Okay, next 2 from this group. And then take your centre 2. That's lazy. Right. I think we've got, I think it's 5 rows make this whole section up.
Okay.
So we're on row 3. But of course each row has got fewer and fewer knots.
Knots, which is why it tapers.
So yeah, so it goes into the triangle.
Mm-hmm.
So these 2 join those 2, and these 2 go over to the edge.
Say I did want to do a parrot.
Yeah.
When you line it up, you could just do like the first pair, the first one red, the next one green.
Yep.
And that actually might be quite a nice way to start if
Yeah.
you're one of those people who works with colour better than possibly pattern.
Yeah.
Couldn't it?
Yeah. It's I mean that's quite nice, but with that you have to be really aware of not shuffling up your order for your chords.
Of course, yeah.
So take those 2 over there. Take 2 off this.
And scooch them over there.
Over to there. Middle 2. Attach at the bottom, and then our final square knot here.
And that's your triangle.
And that pulls it in.
Wow.
So hopefully you can see that if I, whoops, sorry.
No, it's
sorry,
alright, don't be
Ben.
silly. Silly.
Scoot it
You
up.
can get
I
it.
just think, can you see that if I,
Yeah.
yeah,
Triangle.
you can see how it's coming in.
So it's this section that we've done here, almost his forehead,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Do owls have foreheads?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? This bit here. So which section are we going to next?
So the next bit is the diagonals coming across underneath. So,
So
see that you've got
this
your
section.
woven pattern,
Yeah.
not quite, woven pattern
Yeah.
that we've just done is the triangle, and
I
edging
see.
it, you've got a line. Hang on. See that line coming through there, just above
Yeah,
his
I
eye.
see. I see. Before we move on to that section, Pip's
Yep.
just handed me some cord. I've got cord central in here. You're going to be getting 2 organza bags. You're going to be getting 2 of your wax cords and 2 of your satin cords. By the way, I've got suedette cord coming up in a bit. 2 of your organza bags. You've got your gorgeous chocolate neutral tan tone here, And of the satin cord, you've got your peach, your caramel, and your really deep red. This is 1 mil, as is your wax, and you've got 10 meters on each of these, so you're going to be getting 60 meters in total. The price on these with 2 organza bags today, £8.95 for you to get your hands on 60 meters and 2 bags. And you can create these looks with this, obviously.
Yeah, you can.
It'll just give you a different feel.
Yeah, the hemp cord tends to stick where you put it. You need to make sure that on the satin cord you've got your tension right, and maybe use more pins.
Great for.
Yeah. But
The wax.
the wax one, again, that tends to stick.
Yeah.
So it holds its shape really nicely, and you get a crisper knot. Does that make sense?
Yes.
A crisper knot.
No, I know exactly what you mean, because it almost locks itself, doesn't it, in a way?
Yeah.
60 meters worth today, 2 massive organza bags, £8.95. Fab. So we're moving on to the diagonal-ish bit.
Yep. Okay. So this is again quite simple to do once you get the hang of it. If you take the outside cord, so I've pinned it right at the point here just to make sure it holds its triangular shape and I don't pull it out.
I see.
Okay, this one on the outside comes across to the centre. Let me get these out of the way. Be gone. Right. So I then pick up what is the second cord.
Yeah.
And do, so you hide it, it's a half hitch basically, and pull it up to the end.
I see.
Take the same cord again, if I do it in
Yeah.
sections so you can see, through. So it's like tying a normal knot.
It's just a normal knot, isn't
basically.
it, the half hitch?
Yeah. And you pull it up again. Make sure it's pulled nice and tight up to the...
No gaps.
Yeah. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. Third cord in the row, and again just pull it all the way up. Now sometimes when you do your knot, your tension on the cord that you're holding in your right hand, if you're right-handed, over to the centre, it slackens off, and what happens is your knot ties itself in the wrong place. But if you give that a tug, it puts it back under tension,
Okay.
and you can slide your knot along. So you just need to make sure that you're keeping the tension on the knot that's coming across to the centre. So you do your half hitches all the way across, and it gives like a little ridge basically. Make sure you're holding your first cord in the position where you want your line to run to.
I know.
Because if you don't, it will go wherever you're holding it. So it end up all curved
All
and
curved and out of shape.
out of shape, yeah. Actually, I suppose it's one way to add character into your owl.
Yeah.
Make him look a bit different.
Make him look a bit...
Frowny or something.
But yeah. Like the Winnie the Pooh owl.
Yes.
Who was
He had
always
big
a bit...
eyebrows, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, huge eyebrows.
Yeah.
He was quite stern.
I suppose you could do 2 rows of this and
Yeah.
make really thick.
Really thick eyebrows.
We won't though.
No.
Okay, and then you do exactly the same on this side. The pin's getting a bit in the way, so I'll turn him over that way. So again, take the first cord, pull it across and hold it tight in your left hand. It doesn't really matter if you're left or right-handed, because you have to do both ways. So.
Yeah.
Okay, tie your loops. Oops, don't get it caught on your pins. 1, 2. sometimes it's easy to pick up the wrong cord, so just be careful and make sure that you have got them in order, and you're knotting them in order. Don't let them overlap. That one wanted to jump on top of the other one. Okay. And again, this is growing fairly quickly. So
it's gone together quick.
yeah, it's nice that you actually see results.
Which I think is another reason it's great for kids.
Yeah.
Because it's that kind of instant gratification. They can see what they've created, they can see what they've done in front of their eyes. It's not, you know, like I used to love baking as a kid, but waiting for the bread to rise and then go and put it in the oven, it seemed to be so long. Yeah. But this is instant gratification, which is what you want.
It is. Right, so we've gone all the way across, and then the next stage, if you're adding on beads for his eyes, is to put the bead on your strand. So I put it on the third strand from the outside edge, but I haven't got any beads with me, but I've tested, and the crimp beads, I mean, I used beads out of one of the old findings packs that we had, and they worked brilliantly. Couldn't find any under the desk when I was ferreting around earlier.
What about a gemstone?
A gemstone will need a hole that the cord goes through.
But you can do.
I have done it.
You can do crimp bead covers. And
crimp bead covers work brilliantly. So you can pop them on. I've got some down here.
Oh, I was going to say
you
there's
can
some
pop
here,
them on. Oh, have you got some? What colour? Perfect. You can either pop them on now, or put them on afterwards at the end.
I see.
So if we pop it on now, don't close it up and then try and thread it, because it doesn't work.
Close it then.
But close it on the cord.
Good tip.
And that works. But if you forget to put his eyes on, then poor little owl.
He's a sleepy owl.
You can.
He's been sleeping.
Yeah, you can always put crimp beads on. Okay. Right. So there we go. So the next stage is a bead to use for his beak. So I've used a contrasting cord out of the pack, and I'll just attach the crimp on there, and then I can show you the next stage. So that will fit across here.
Oh. Yeah.
So attach it on to your board, and then it looks a bit like a cat. Whiskers everywhere. And then what you need to do is your half hitches using this
the contrasting wire
as your cord, with your tension. So that's how you do that. And then if I move on,
here's one you prepared in a slightly different colour.
Here's his mate. So for this, this is the same colour as the original. And I used the darker cord. So I'll show you how to do his wings. So this is where the cord comes across here with the beak on, and we've done our half hitches across here and here. So now we need to make his wings. Okay, so that then comes down. Is that in the right place?
Yeah, we can see that.
That then comes down the side, and you do exactly the same again, but this time you work from the centre to the outside. So you pull your cord across and tie your half hitches. So the only difference is that while you're working across, for the sorry, I'll start that again. You work all the way across on here with your half hitches, and that gives you your first ridge. Then you take your next cord and you work across, and that will give you your second
part
ridge.
of the wing.
Yeah. Third down, and I think on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5 altogether.
Okay.
So on the very last ridge that you're doing, when you pull in your strands across, tie a knot, and then hold, instead of letting it go and letting it fall, you hold it in your left hand with the first.
So you're keeping that tension.
Keep them all together, and then this is how you end up with all your cords coming out of one place. Pull that, pull it across.
And then you're keeping hold of it.
Keeping hold, yeah. And you basically,
That's so
sorry,
clever.
this is moving everywhere.
Don't be silly, it's fine.
Basically, you're wrapping up your cords and making it a neat finish for the wing. And they all come out at the bottom in one spot. Obviously, this one's been in the wars and he's only got half a wing here. Okay, so the other thing with hemp cord is it's quite forgiving. So if you make a mistake, it's not too difficult to actually undo it. Some cords tend to fray, and these don't. They're quite tough. So that's how you work the wing. So then, when you get to the bottom, what I did was take some wire for the second branch. If you have a look, I think if you turn him over on the necklace,
The back?
on the back,
Sorry, I didn't mean to move that, Ben.
you can see there's a branch comes behind him,
Yeah.
as well as through the middle of his tail.
I
Can
see.
you see that?
Yeah, across here, yeah.
Yeah. So you need to tie his tail onto a branch.
Okay. He even looks like an owl
So-
from the back. I think that's really cute.
He's cute.
He is cute.
So to make the branch at the bottom, you split what is essentially the strands coming out the end of the wings become his tail,
Okay.
and they tie in together. So you split them, half at the front, half at the back, and then take outside cords on each side, and tie some square knots. I think it was 3 that I did, just down his tail to hold all of the cords together. So, okay. Obviously pull them a bit tidier and give him a whole wing. Right, so that then secures him to your branch.
I see, fab. So then he's not going
So
nowhere.
then he's going nowhere.
Good.
So then to make the branches, it's just a question of like tiara technique
Okay.
type work. And
Creation.
yep.
So talk to us about how many strands of this will you need, of the wire?
I've used all of the wire totally to make the whole thing. We've got oops. I've made one branch there. If I show you quickly how to make a branch, if we assume this guy's got all his bits about him.
All his faculties.
Yeah. Chop off his tail. Now, what I would suggest is you cut off his tail a bit longer than
Yep.
you're going to want it,
Okay.
because then you can trim it up later.
If you need to.
Yeah, it's like cutting somebody's fringe, isn't it?
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah. Cut it too short first time and you're in trouble.
So much trouble. The amount of times I've had a ridiculously short fringe. I think that's why it's so massive now. Because I have naturally very, very, very curly hair. curlier than your hair. So my mum used to, when it's wet.
No, I know what
wet
you're
and
going to
flat,
say.
and then cut it like here, and it'd spring up to literally just look like a forehead moustache. Is essentially what I had for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
We've all had those times, haven't we?
Yeah. And the wonky ones and
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
My sister cut hers with serrated scissors, weren't she? The zigzag scissors.
I bet that was quite cool though.
And then my mum said to her, "Have you cut your fringe?" She's like that. No? Oh, yes you have, Rachel. You got a zigzag fringe.
Yeah, I can tell. Right, so how many bits did I use? I think I've got 4.
Yep. 1, 2, 4 or 5.
Could be 6 actually.
5 or 6.
I think it was 6. So what I did, it's about, I don't know, 75 centimetres is the longest one, and they go down in size from there.
So by how much? Like a
It
75,
doesn't matter
a
because
65,
yeah,
55.
I mean that's probably 65 and then 50.
Okay.
Because what you're going to do is add bits in and chop bits off and move them around anyway as you go. So, right, so I started at the back.
That's your 0.8.
0.8, and I used one of the Botswanas in at the back.
Yeah.
So take any, let me move him out of the way for a sec. If you take any of your lengths of wire, thread on one of your Botswana. I'm not doing a fee, I'm not going to shout it.
No, don't.
No, make everybody jump. We're quite chilled, aren't we here? So just pinched it in once I'd threaded it on and got it to the centre of my my wire. Just pinched it in and it came together in quite a nice sort of tapered shape that reflected the owl's forehead.
The owl forehead.
The owl forehead. It's a new term. The other 2 wires
Looped over again.
looped in the middle. Put that one down. Crikey, I'm making a mess today.
Oh, don't worry.
Who's
You're
gonna
in good
tidy it
company. You?
Me.
Well, you're here till late, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Because you're here all night.
Yeah, here till, well, not quite all
Deb's
night,
on
I
a
hope.
secret mission
Yeah,
this evening. Doing a bit of filming for us this evening, aren't you, Deb?
I am. For the birthday. Hush, hush.
Hush, hush. Oh, you're here till 10 tonight? About 10?
I think so, yeah.
10, half 10?
Yeah. So I'll be home at midnight.
Oh, lovely. That'll be nice. You'll be a night owl.
I will. They'll be hooting at the end of the drive. They're so loud,
You'll
aren't
be
they?
all in a Twitter, won't you?
I will. I don't do Twitter.
Oh, no, I don't either. I'm not on Twitter.
No. So what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping a bit at the end, getting back to this, of the 0.4 around where we made the loops.
Yeah.
And then just snip it off. Snip, snip. Both ends. That snip doesn't want to work. Okay, and then take your Botswana agate, and then these 2 sandwich that and pull all of them. They do sandwich because they do on the necklace.
We can see exactly on the necklace how beautifully they do sandwich. And also, it's the same technique for these earrings, I presume.
Right. So once you've got it sandwiched, you can then wrap the little piece around to hold it all together, which I didn't cut earlier. So with one hand, it's going to go flying across the studio. and I wrap it a bit lower down because I want to hold everything together with my thumb.
Okay.
And then just scoot it up when I've made my loop to where I need it.
Okay.
Okay, and then finish it off with some loops or cut it flush so it's not going to scratch.
Yeah.
And then what I did after that was I tied a knot in the wire, which is relatively easy to do because it's such gorgeous pliable wire.
Yeah.
That it works brilliantly. And then
it's a really eye-catching detail, but you've shown how easy it is to do.
There you go. It's easier than actually getting these to sandwich.
Yeah, but it's just so dramatic.
So that's that, and you can see the shape starting to form of your branch. So I've pulled it out of the tail. That's clever. So what you need to do is get your owl to then sit where you need him to be. Just feed that back through.
So for example at the base of the design on this that you've done.
Yeah. Okay. So what you do is use these tails here on the your wires on your torque piece to form your branches.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull from about this point here and start winding these together to form a branch, and then you can then wind in your owl onto the branch. Now it takes a bit of manoeuvring and fiddling about with wires, but
once you're there, you're
there. Yeah. And it is easier if you work on a bust with this one because you can see where it sits.
Good tip.
And then it's just a question of making your tiara technique leaves.
Tiara twist leaves on the 0.4.
Yep, with your 0.4, and wrapping them around your branches. The only thing to remember is that you want to make it look like he's just sitting on a branch without...
He's not being held up.
So cover up these bits.
And that is how you create this stunning necklace with owl and moon. Thank you, Deb, so much for showing us that. Join us in a few moments.
We touched down on the slow last night at about 10 o'clock near the North Pole, a temporary runway called Barneo. That was too close to the North Pole, so we jumped a ride in a helicopter, in a Russian helicopter, and went back to the start of the 89th. We touched down about 2 o'clock in the morning, bright sunshine, sun never goes down here. We just walked a couple 100 yards, put up tents, quite cold. Good night's sleep though. We set off this morning, and the good news was we drifted in the right direction overnight, so that gave us a bit of a head start this morning. Walked for a couple of hours so far, making good progress. Just come to our first big ice wall, big mountain to climb, and we've all got over safely. And our current coordinate is 89077. So if you are sponsoring us, thank you very much indeed. Currently 89077. God bless everybody. Speak to you soon.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker, and look, I'm emptying out my bundles of fun. You absolutely loved the mini macrame board this afternoon, so I've got the big one for you. How are you, Deb?
I'm good.
Good. Yep. How's your challenge?
It's coming on, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming on, actually.
Yeah, it's quite surprising, but it is.
I love that you're surprised with yourself.
Yeah, who made that? Yeah,
I
did.
You did?
I did.
I've got loads of our organza ribbon for you. Loads and loads. I'll get it all out. You've got tan, baby blue, forestry green, lime green, hot cerise, royal purple, zesty orange. You've got lemon. You've got primrose yellow as well. That's your lemon. I'll show you the primrose. I think the primrose is gorgeous. Isn't that really nice? I used to call it custard, but someone suggested maybe that wasn't the nicest name. Got a royal red. You've got amethyst purple. You've got a stunning blue. Love that blue. Gold. Look at that gold. Gorge. Peppermint green. Maroon. And tan. And there's one more. Forgot about this one. Beautiful baby blue. So, let's have a little look. Let me get these nicely sorted out, shall I? There's loads. You're getting, in total, how many of these? 10 metres on each spool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 200 metres worth of this organza ribbon in here. It's stunning. You can do this with Kumihimo. You can do this, even if you can just do a simple braid, it's easy to create. But of course, with these, it'd be rude not to do macrame. What kind of effect do you get with macrame and organza, Deb?
You can vary it according to your tension. So if you pull it really tight, it the colour intensifies and it pulls it all together and gives a really chunky look as well. Or you can make something softer by keeping your tension quite loose. So it's a lot softer to wear and it feels a lot softer because it holds a more fluid shape.
Yeah, I see.
It's quite versatile, quite nice like that.
And easy, is there a lot of movement, is it?
Yeah, I mean it's very easy to work with because it is so fluid and soft to work with on macrame. And also, again, it grows very quickly. Because it's a thicker sort of strand, it grows very quickly.
I see. I love the fact that this macrame board is so huge.
Yeah.
It's really great if you've maybe got a workshop area or perhaps, you know, you do it on your sofa. Where do you macrame, Deb? Let's have a little bit of an In the World of Deb time.
In the workshop. So I've taken over the conservatory.
Have you?
My space.
Oh, I like. I love that.
But also it fits down the side of the sofa. So I've got a big necklace on the go at the minute with a cabochon set in the centre and all beaded. And it's taken me ages. So it's the sort of thing I'm putting down and picking up and putting down and picking up all the time and keep coming back to.
Just down the side of your sofa?
Yep.
Fab.
So it's safe.
That is the wonderful thing about macrame, isn't it? It's lightweight, it's easy to use. Sorry, you couldn't see my mouth then. It's so huge. 14 by 10, this is inches. It's so light, it's so easy. You can take it with you. You can just pop it down the side of the sofa and come back to it.
Yeah.
You can take it away with you. If you're going on a plane, you can take it on a plane with you.
Yep.
Can't you?
Don't take your pins, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can
so,
take that.
200 metres of your organza ribbon and a large macrame board. Now, we're going to do your cracking deal on this today. This is your should be price, £23.85 if you were to go on our website now and purchase it. But this is designer inspiration, so of course I'm going to give you a crack-a-lacking deal. Macrame board, £10. You're going to get everything, £14.95 for you today. But as with our sellout this afternoon, as with our sellout on the other macrame board, you're going to have to be quick with this. You're going to have to get yourself on the phone lines as soon as you can. Our first macrame board sold out within minutes. Get your hands on this one today whilst you can. And also in here, you will get shown inside how to start off your own project. It shows you in here on the back of this piece of paper. It gives you step-by-step instructions on how to create this bracelet. It's very simple. There's also tutorials on our website. Also, of course, we've had macrame this afternoon. Have a little look on YouTube for today's date.
Actually, I used the macrame, the big size, to pin out where I wanted the branches to go, and pinned the owl to the board to then fix it.
Yeah.
To make sure the branches then were coming in parallel, as it were, so it didn't distort.
Yeah, I see it.
But I pinned it all into the board.
That's a really good tip. And you could, because it's the large one as well, you could, if you wanted to, have multiple ones on the go as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can.
Perhaps. Yeah. We've had to move. I wondered why she was stood over there with the camera. Like, oh, just trying to get my good side. We've had to move the camera that you've got so much stuff on here, so that you can actually see everything. That's how much we've got on here today. £14.95 on this. There's plenty of you. What I will say is, for those people online, please do check out your baskets. I'm just trying to tidy up in a really casual way. Hang on. Let's get these bags. You've got too much. Hang on. There we go. Where do I even put this? Pip! Pip! Come here. Thank you.
Whoa.
Wait, there's more. Oh my goodness.
It's a good job Pete's on his lunch.
There we go.
He's going to kill us.
That is beautiful. Oh, you've missed one. You've missed one. That's all yours today. Sadly, Pip does not come included. £40.95 for you. TAGC 62. If you were to talk to someone for the first time who have done, God, Pete's going to love getting back to that on his desk, isn't he? Oh, I've just made Floor Manager Pete's day. If you were to say to someone who's starting off with macrame, what would be, have you got any kind of basis tips that really need to be followed for when you're starting?
Don't try and rush it.
Okay.
To start with. I think if you just take it steady and learn the basics, learn the basic square, and get your tension right.
Okay.
On that, and then you can fly with all the rest. Fly with the owls later.
Fly with the owls.
It's catching.
I've got as well something that's really useful in macrame, as well as many, many other things. We haven't had it in for a while. It's the first time I'm ever bringing this to you. That's how rare it is to have this. Thread Zapper. Oh, even the name. It's not even Thread Zap 1. This is Mark 2. This is the
Whoa.
second one.
Turbocharged.
Turbo. We had the first one, it was good. This one is a step further. Revenge of the Thread Zapper. And you've also got 2 replacement heads in this bundle as well. Oh, now, Thread Zapper. It essentially burns the ends of your threads. It means you're going to get a really professional finish. If you haven't seen how to use this before, perhaps you haven't owned it before, let's take a little look at exactly how to use this and the finish it gets you every single time.
Okay, so the Thread Zapper 2 thread burner works using one AA battery, which you insert in the end and then just twist the base in to secure it. Obviously this tool gets hot, so keep it away from children and mind your fingers. And then this button on the top is your activation button, and you just press it and you can see the smoke comes off when it's hot enough to use. Now you can use this on any nylon based thread, so this is our satin cord. Just threading it through, press the button and away it comes. Equally, we have our waxed cord. Put it through, press the button and away it comes, like that. Or you can use it on the ribbon, and because it has this little gap in here, you've got plenty of space to put the ribbon in. Press the button and just gently drag it through, and it stops any kind of fraying.
Never smelt it.
You're right there, Deb. Sorry, if you heard what Deb just said then, because she hasn't got the countdown in her ear, so the thing just as it came back to me then was, oh, I don't know, I've never smelt the Thread Zapper.
Have you smelt it?
Oh no, I was like, oh, that looks like it smells good. This is what we talk about. Anyway, 2 heads to be taken over the top as well. So these are your replacement heads, 2 of these. So essentially you've got 3 heads on here. That is going to last and last. Essentially, depending on how much zapping you do, this could be a year's worth, 2 years worth of heads that you've got on this. Now, you can see how simple it is to use. You can see that professional finish it gives you. It means that, especially when you're working with the organza, you're not going to get the fraying that you might be used to with organza. A lot of the time, if we just cut it with normal scissors, you'll get that looseness, you'll get the spare threads, it'll almost come undone. With the organza and the Thread Zapper, that won't happen. The tip heats up instantly, literally just the press of a button. And there's no frayed ends, you don't get any melting or burning in a sense of once it's zapped, it's just zapped. It doesn't then, you know, melt back up. It's super, super fine. You've seen the precision on that VT, you've seen the precision, and it's just giving you such a professional finish. This is a professional tool for professional jewellery makers. If you are making and selling jewellery or have ever made and sold jewellery, you are a professional jewellery maker. Your price for this very professional tool, 2 replaceable tips, should be £11.40. That's a stunning price, isn't it? But today, Designer Inspirations, £8.95. I'm doing this for you today with 2 replacement heads. What do you think of that, Deb?
It makes life so much easier, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
£8.95. 2 replaceable heads as well. So you're getting 3 heads on this.
You could actually just pay that for the replaceable heads, couldn't you, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. There's plenty of you with this. Hello, Jane. How's your afternoon? Are you having a lovely time in Cornwall? I hope it's sunny where you are. Where have I been? Kent. Elizabeth, I've been to Kent. Very nice. Have I been Aberdeenshire? I don't think I have. Greater London. Is that where the shops are? Dorset. OR. Or Oregon? I don't know. Gina in OR. Genia. I don't know. Belfast. Oh, Christine in Cheshire. Hello, my love. As soon as I see a Cheshire person on there, for some reason, I think you're like my next door neighbour. Like, we must know each other. Of course, we probably don't. Cheshire is huge. But as soon as I see Cheshire on there, I'm like, oh, yeah, my pal Christine. Anyway, $8.95. There's plenty of you purchasing these. What I will say is to those 15, 20 people online, please do check out your basket. It's really important. $8.95 with the 2 replaceable heads on this today. It's going to keep you going years and years. If you're a professional jewellery maker, if you have ever or are planning on making and selling a piece of your jewellery, you're a professional, this tool is for you. £8.95 for you. Now, we have been doing lots about macrame today, so I want to give you a chance to own some gemstones that our lovely producer Pip loves for macrame. And I can see why. There's some really pretty examples in here. It's your favourite. It's labradorite. Quality extraordinaire, right? Golds, blues. It's really interesting labradorite. The way I always think of it is like skimming a stone. That's essentially why you get this Schiller effect here, which is, this Schiller is called labradorescence. It's only present in labradorite. But this Schiller, this sheen, I always think it's like skimming a stone, because internally on here you've got almost, if you imagine a really fibrous, lots of layers of fibres, imagine it like that, the internals of this gemstone. And essentially what happens is, whereas with a lot of gemstones, the light will just enter and then reflect off, say, a facet or a surface and bounce back out into the eye. That's where we get brilliance from, high shine fire. Alternatively, if it goes through one way and out the other direction, you can get beautiful clarity. Just putting the Fred Zapper in at the bottom, by the way. It's their PMGC71, $8.95 for the 2 replaceable heads as well. Loads of you. There's a bit of a queue on the phones. Don't worry, we'll be with you. So some light can just leave. What happens with labradorite is, as the light enters, due to the internal structure, the light itself is supposed to just going out. It skims across these fibres, because there's fibres at the top and the bottom of it. It actually just skims, almost bounces in between. So it's very much like skimming a stone on the sea. And that's why you get this really beautiful burst of golds, blues, Aurora Borealis in stone form, this. 12 mil rounds, 310 carats worth. I've already got people multi-buying on this. KFGP63. This is serious strand. Really long, trusty. This isn't our average strand, I can tell you that. No. My strand, 39 centimetres. Hefty amount, and the quality, you can see as I roll it, you've got pinks in here as well, which I love. Rarely do you get pinks in labradorite. This is hefty, this is high quality. We can see that. The price does not reflect it. Get yourself on the phones, please. £12.95. I brought to you in my first week here about, well, when did I start presenting? 4 months ago? Was it about 3.5 months ago? When I started presenting, I brought you a strand of labradorite, and I remember talking about labradorescence. It must have been my first or second show, and I remember talking about labradorescence and trying to find labradorescence within it, and I couldn't at all. There was none. I was talking about how exciting Labradoressence was, whilst desperately searching, trying not to stumble over my words, trying to find some in a strand. That strand was $11.95. This is $12.95 and has a serious amount. It's because the quality, our buying power, the quality of our Labradorite, even just in the last few months, has shot up. $12.95 for 12 mil, 310 carats worth today. Ooh, hang on. Right, this is tricky. Sorry, my boxes are stacked. I've got to just... Oh, that's nice. How pretty. Look at this gorgeous purple.
What is it?
Is the other box still in there? No, it's not, my love. Have a little look at this. It's almost Zambian in tone, isn't it? I love the faceting. This is your beautiful, by the way, it's going to be a cracking price. It's going to be amazing. Purple quartz, and it's 34 centimetres, 35 carats worth. Now, let's have a word, shall we? I've told you loads recently that we have been told, strict to strict, we are not allowed to bring you anything that is under $5.95 because of a few reasons. For example, it's to do with stock levels. Well, you know, if you've only got a small amount of stock, you may as well just sell it on the internet. There's no point in essentially taking up airtime. Lots of other reasons to do with that. But $5.95 is the lowest we can go now. Unless, A, I go chatting and go begging, or we have high quantity, alternatively really low quantity, but enough for you to get your hands on it. So not too few, you know, double figures, but not the hundreds that we would like. This is going under $5.95. This is going to be the lowest price strand I've brought to you in about 2 months probably. Price, £3.95. Isn't that crazy, crazy good? Beautiful, $3.95. You couldn't buy a box of plastic beads for that, a little selection.
And from over here, that looks so glamorous. The sparkle with the faceting, it looks gorgeous.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
What do you think of doing with it?
When you had it wrapped around your wrist, it looked fab. So if you did that on a bead loom, so they all line up, get a couple of strands and make a really big cuff, that would be amazing.
It'd be fab, wouldn't it? I've got loads left over as well. Loads left over. This just done a stretchy, the hole in here as well. Although they're small, do not be fooled. The hole in here is real good. What's this? 1 mil purple wire. 8 mil you'd get through here, easy peasy. Possibly even that 1 mil. £3.95. There's loads of you. Jane in Cornwall, thanks for your text. Not sunny in Cornwall apparently. But she's enjoying the show as always. Jane, you have no idea how nice that is to hear. The graphics are having a disco. There we go, it's on now. Hi, old Jane in Cornwall. Sorry to say it's not sunny here. Sat watching you and enjoying the show as always. Jane, that really genuinely does mean a lot to me. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry it's not sunny. Treat yourself to an ice cream. Cornwall ice cream. If you had Cornish ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh,
like Cornwall.
Delicious. In Cornwall, do they have any special flavours? Like up north, where I'm from, Kendal, like in Cumbria, you have something called Thunder and Lightning. It's got cinder toffee and Kendal mint cake in it.
Really?
Yeah. Thunder and Lightning.
Oh, I've not heard
Anyway, I'm not selling ice creams. I'm selling something more delicious. Genuine gemstones. That's me trying to bring it back. I have got here for you, chunky again. 14mm rhodonite plain round, 700 carats worth. Now, how would you work these ones into macrame?
Well, how big's the hole on them? What could you get through?
1 mil.
1
Pos.
mil cord.
Let me have a look. But yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Let's say 8 to be safe.
So you know Mark's bracelet that he does, is it the goddess weave?
A 1 mil get through easy peasy. Yeah,
Oh, you can do
1 mil.
loads
And
with
that's
them
with
then.
the temporary strand in it.
Yeah,
Loads of
you
it.
can do loads with it then. You could use those in a big neck piece as well. And you know how we were doing the half hitches across? Just use lots of those and then put the beads in between where we put the owl's eye. You could do sections like that going round.
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I know, going around it.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That would be really dramatic, wouldn't it?
It would,
Really
yeah.
dynamic piece. 700 carats worth, quacking strand length, 14mm rounds, genuine gemstones for just £8.95. DFGP24, £8.95 for you. You can get a 1 mil through there, even with a temporary stranding. I could do that. So treat yourself to it today. And what about with the strength of this? The holes in this, I would be safe in saying you can get, I wonder if you can see actually, what do you reckon through there? 1.5 possibly?
Yeah.
Sizable. 425 carats of this strong, strengthy hematite in the faceted rounds. It's serious sparkle, it's serious weight, which I always think people, when they try on jewellery, it feels weighty, you instantly think luxurious. Hematite is cool to the skin, it's wearable, and 425 carats are yours today at just £6.95 for a 36 centimetre strand of this. It's cooling, it's strong, it's universal, and it's unisex. If you're into your steampunk or you're into your mixed metals that's on at the moment, so in fashion at the moment, then this, really, you couldn't go any better. £6.95 for a whopping 420 carats worth of your 10mm faceted hematite rounds. Do stay on the phones for this where you are, because I'm about to head to a break. But you need to stay where you are because we're going to be making things.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company. Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information. The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moon's Moat, Redditch, B98 9HF. Get making and good luck.
Are you new to jewellery making? Then tune in to our Designer Inspiration Show every day between 1 and 5 for our new 2 sections. We'll help you get started and give you all the knowledge and inspiration you need. Also, we'll be introducing you to a new medium every day. Whether you're a beginner or intermediate, we've got everything you need to get you started with a new hobby. The Designer Inspiration Show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Yeah, I thought the same. Hilarious. Oh, hi! Back to Designer Inspirations. Look, it's our wonderful model here, modelling this beautiful crochet and knitted piece, which we are going to be looking at how to create sections of this, as well as a wirework necklace, a pair of earrings. We're going to look at a bracelet, and we're going to be looking at how to make sari silk rigid and into flowers for hats or belts, fascinators. What's your inspiration with this?
I wanted to see how far the sari silk would go.
Yeah.
And also what textures I could get from it, because we've seen it sort of hanging as ribbons and that sort of thing, but I wanted to knit it and crochet it and kumihimo with it and see what happened. So it's just lots of experiments.
Lots of experiments.
Yes, mad professor in the conservatory. That was me.
I love that. I have got the bundle here for you to own. It's amazing how far all of this goes. It truly is. First off, you've got these. You can see they're 925 already because they are so high shine. Rose gold. They are your matte brushed beads. Now it says matte, but I would most certainly question that. These look seriously high shine to me. 6mm, and you're going to be getting 3 of these in a beautiful rose gold. As well as this, sticking with that warm theme, you're going to be getting your threading materials. You've got of this satin cord, you've got your orange, your deep red, and you've got your beautiful peach tone as well. As well as this, you've got your hands on some wire, 20 meters in total, 10 meters of your 0.4, 10 meters of your 1mm. The sari silk itself, which comes wrapped up in a really tight little ball here. It's 100 grams worth. Now that doesn't look like a lot, but you will see shortly how much it really is. Not only have we managed to make the wonderful crocheted neck piece with it, we've done the earrings, we've done a brooch, we've done a bracelet, and we've done another necklace with it. So much. And gemstones as well. Carnelian and pearls. I think when the Vanishing Pearls comes in April, at the end of this month, I think it's safe to say that you will be hard stretched and hard pushed to find pearls in a bundle again. Because when we put it in bundles, it's so we can take the price down, we can make it more affordable for you. You can get your hands on something spectacular with inspiration at a cracking deal. The situation with pearls at the moment, I doubt we'll be doing this very often anymore. You've also got in here your carnelian. These are your 10mm rounds, and they're 250 carats worth on here. QJGC24 is the code. For all of that, including that 925, you would pay on our website £41.15. QJGC 24 is a discount code. With that, when you type that in now, you will get all of this for just £27.95 today. Designer Inspiration Peaches and Cream, £27.95. That means today you're making a saving of £13.20. £13.20 saving you've got on this. You've got a strand of pearls, a strand of carnelian, 100 grams worth of your sari silk. You've got 10 meters of your 0.4, 10 meters of your 1 mil. You are getting 30 meters in total of your wonderful satin cord, 1 mil, and you're getting 3 pieces of rose gold plated 925 brushed beads, 6 mil. For £13.20 saving. It's yours today for just £27.95. And don't forget, you get our satin cord bag as well. You'll be only be getting our big satin cord bag on there too. It's a serious saving. Serious saving. Come with me. Hi, Deb.
Hello.
Let's bring in your pal
How are you
over.
both?
Oh yeah, we're fine.
Good.
Absolutely fine. She's not very chatty tonight, though.
Isn't she?
No. I absolutely adore the pieces you've created. Let me show you. This is what I was talking about when I said the rigid. I wonder if I can get a sound effect off this. That's sari silk. That's a noise you would never expect to hear with sari silk. But this is solid, rigid sari silk. You're going to see exactly how she's done this soon. But look. Wow. Do you know one thing that I think? The technique we've used, I know what it is, but the technique we've used to make this rigid, look how powerful it's made the colour. If you think this is the colour of the sari silk originally, using this technique to make it rigid, it makes it this gorgeous ruby red. It really draws the colour out, doesn't it?
It intensifies it, yeah, makes it a lot. It's made it darker but richer.
Yeah.
It's not like it's got rid of the colour that's there.
Yeah.
So
Just
deepened it.
Deeper. We are going to be having a look at how to do bits and bobs from all of these, really, aren't we?
We
today?
are, yes.
So we're not going to do a piece start to end, but we're going to be learning key techniques from each of these wonderful designs. So let's get started, because I know we've got plenty to pack in.
We have. Okay. Shall I start with the flowers?
Fab.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can I
Okay.
just show how much you get?
Yeah. The only thing I've used from there is this bit.
And that's it.
Bit of
You've
knitting.
taken, but that's with some taken out already.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that's in that bundle.
That's fab.
But the all the pieces I made from the one skein.
Yeah.
And that's all I had left. Fits in a little bag.
So you could have made, well, a couple of pairs of earrings. You could have done a placid
I could have
bracelet
done-
with that.
Yeah.
Simple designs.
Yeah. It's
Oh yeah.
a few bits and pieces, but
To create.
bracelet and yeah, and that's
That's
all that's left.
Very special. So we're going to start off with the flowers then.
Okay. So they're on a wire frame.
Okay.
If I put it there. I tied it up, you see. It was a right mess before you came over. I tied it up, can't
How
find
kind
anything.
of you. Laura Binding. Can you see in the workshop room, please? Look, they're my brews. Come on in, Laura. She's made me and Deb a brews.
tea.
In the break, we were quite cheeky. We did run up to the window and Deb came with a mug and went like that. Come on, Laura Binding.
Deserves a drum roll.
Oh, none of you. Sure it is then. Who's this an impression of? None of you even opened the door, did you? You didn't even open the door. I'm bringing you a brew. You didn't even open it. Hello, gorgeous. How's the workshop going?
It's going
You're a
good.
total love. That one's mine.
Yeah,
Thank you.
There you go. All
How's
right.
it going? Good.
Yeah, it's going good.
You're on secret filming tonight as well, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
Secret squirrel. You are a love.
I know.
And modest.
You can come again. Thank you.
She got So, flour. Oh, I'm
Flour.
happier now.
You're all right
yeah,
now,
I'm happy
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Getting parched. So, wire work flour base.
Using your
1 mil.
1 mil. Just make a frame.
Mm-hmm.
So I've made actually all the flowers I made. There's one on the scarf that Gemma's wearing. Is that her name?
Mm-hmm.
It is, isn't it? Gemma.
Yup.
Yeah.
Gem.
And that one's been treated with something else after we've stiffened it. So I'll show you that as well. So they're all different sizes. So if I make a little one, so it's dead easy with the copper wire just to bend some loops in it and make your flower frame. It doesn't need to be particularly neat and tidy, because what you're doing is covering it all up with your sari silk. So we've got 2 petals. Working on the reel this time, which is unusual for me. Can't usually do that. Okay, just give it a twist so it stays.
Okay.
You can make big fat round petals, or you can make little skinny ones.
Okay. Skinny little ones.
Skinny ones.
So you do those 5 petals.
Okay, make your frame and fasten it all off and just cut your wire.
Okay.
And then
Made before.
da-da-da. Oh no, I've lost the end on the.
Oh no, here it is.
Cheers, my dear.
No problem at all.
Take your sari silk and then just holding it between 2 of the petals, hold it down at the bottom. I'll chop a piece off actually, otherwise we could get in a mess. What I did was I had a look along the skein, and where it was joined I cut it, so I didn't cut in the middle.
Okay.
So we've got that bit. Okay, go up to the end and then wrap it around the petal shape, and then it's just a question of weaving it backwards and forwards through your loops. And it moves at this stage and slips on the wire. And it made me sneeze a lot because bits came off.
Oh no.
I'm allergic to everything.
Oh, are you?
I am, yeah.
One of them people.
Yep. So it's another one of those quite therapeutic things. I've had a very chilled out couple of weeks making this. Me and my mad cat lady just sitting there.
Weaving away.
Weaving away.
What do you watch when you weave?
Jewellery maker.
Do you?
Obviously.
Oh, all the time?
Yeah.
And what do you actually watch when you weave? What do you watch?
Do you not believe me?
Say when Jewellery Maker's not on.
Okay, when you're not on.
Because you've watched it throughout the day, so you don't need to see the repeats.
No.
What do you watch then? Although they are good enough to watch twice. Of course. Especially designer inspiration.
Yeah.
Second time's the best, I've heard.
Well, you know what jokes are coming, don't you then?
Well, yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Start laughing in advance.
In advance.
It's like watching a favourite film.
Isn't it? And saying along.
Yeah.
Totally.
I like watching films, actually. So I'm
What's your
probably
favourite type of film?
Oh, I like all sorts.
Do you do scary?
No.
No.
Don't do scary.
All sorts, everything.
Everything
But
except
scary.
Anything with Johnny Depp in it, obviously.
Oh, yeah. He's a
He's
bit cute, isn't he?
He
Bless
is,
him.
yeah.
He's a very good actor, very talented.
He is.
Good as a pirate.
It's cornered the market in Pirates.
He has, hasn't he, really?
Yeah. Although I like him in Benny and Jules, one of his early
Never
ones.
heard of that.
It's fab.
Benny and Jules.
I think that's the right way round. I might have twisted it.
Maybe
a bit.
you'll work on Jewellery Maker. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could get Johnny Depp in?
To model.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'll get in touch.
Okay. Can you
Keeps messaging me.
Your people speak to his people?
Oh, my people speak to his people. So you've done
can't
one
wait.
petal.
Okay.
I'll make sure you're in with me, Deb.
Thanks. Oh, what planet do we live on?
No idea.
Don't know. So, got one petal woven up, and you've got some gaps in it and bits, and it looks a bit scruffy with some of your edges hanging out. Now you can just trim those.
Okay.
Don't cut through the silk.
No.
And then the secret ingredient, I bet everybody's guessed. I did try nail varnish, clear nail varnish.
Right.
But the cat's got asphyxiated, so we thought it wasn't a good idea really.
No.
So I've got PVA glue out, and I've got a brush, and I can show you how it changes the colour. So
PVA
got a
glue, that's all
huge
it is.
tub.
It makes it solid and it intensifies the colour.
So at home, I did use some water, but I've got a massive tub, and I mix it all up in a jam jar and just paint it on.
And of course it dries clear, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like you're creating a mini disaster, but as you paint it, it actually pulls in all the bits and pieces that are sticking out, and any gaps you can move the silk around until it covers it. So it takes a while to dry because you have to do the back and the front to get it nicely covered, and then leave it overnight for it to set. Now when I was at home, I squidged it together as well with my fingers, just to pinch it into place, and that's what it gives you once it's dried.
How
is a crispy flower.
It looks really rustic, but kind of ornate, and because it is strong.
Yeah, it's really strong. But you can.
It's wearable.
Yeah, it's not going to move now.
No.
So it's fixed into place. You can see there I've got a gap, but I quite like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can bend the petals as well. So once you've wired the inner bits, you can actually bend your petals up and change your form.
Do it to a little bud, or
yeah,
that's so
you can
clever.
make a bouquet.
Yeah.
Use a whole sari silk.
Whole sari silk.
And make bouquet.
Almost like Gemma's winning wirework mesh design. You know, she did the wirework mesh bouquet like that, but more
with
of a
these
kind of rustic, ornate feel.
And with the different colours of sari silk, you get all sorts of different colours of flower.
Love.
So it's fab technique. I love it.
That's brilliant. And actually, if we've got, for example, are these separate? For example, imagine a bouquet like this.
Ooh, oh, look at that. And that. And that. Look at all of them.
Look at all of them. I've got these 4 sari silk bundles now. Perhaps you've got your gemstones, you've got your wire, all you want is sari silk.
Where have these come from?
My layer. Sari safer. Deb, you've got 400 grams worth here. You've got you've got sticky fingers like me. You've got in here this wonderful cream. You've got the aquamarine colour. You've got this multi-coloured, this is twisted sari ribbon, this one is known as. So if you have a look, can you see if I peel out a bit? Can you see the texture of this is totally different, isn't it?
I want that.
It's twisted.
It's amazing.
And it's got almost this woolen feel to it. Multicoloured. And you've got this beautiful blush, kind of autumnal ribbon colour as well. What do you think of this as a bouquet?
Oh. You can make leaves. You can make like an autumn leaves and
summery leaves.
Yeah. And that is incredible.
You love this?
Yeah.
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 I think you're going to be getting yourself this. How about we give Deb a super saver discount? Go on then. What can we do for her? I don't want it to be that price. Can you go to 16? Go on. £16.95. How do you feel about that? You like?
I do.
How do you feel?
I do.
For 400 metres, because you've made all of this jewellery here.
Yeah.
That's working out £4.23 per one. Normally they're like £6.95 each, aren't they?
Yeah. That's amazing. You get so much out of each one, and it doesn't look like you do.
No.
So you've got
so
4 times
packed.
that amount of
jewellery
things you can make.
Because all of this jewellery, this pair of earrings with a bit on, this, and this whole crocheted piece is just using one reel.
One.
And you had a little bit left, didn't you? Enough for a bracelet.
You could have made a bracelet, yeah.
So you can make this 4 times over in different colourways, which actually I think is a really nice idea.
Yeah.
Because someone might look at this and think, oh, gorgeous, I do like it, but I'd love it if it was in green. Yes, not a problem for you. I can make you that, or I've already got it made. Fab.
But you can make the flowers up for each colourway and then mix it with the other colours as well.
Cute.
Couldn't you?
Yeah.
Because those flowers would work really nicely with that, yeah.
Yeah, I love.
They'd work really nicely with all of them.
50% of my stock has gone, I'm afraid to say. 50% has gone, so Deb, you might miss out, my love.
It's not looking promising, is it?
I did as best as I could with you on the price.
But no, it's a good price.
But you're going to probably miss out now because everyone else wants it. 50% of my stock is gone. What an unusual picture that is. 1,110. £16.95 for you for this gorgeous sari silk today. Get it whilst you can. So, the flower's made. We've shaped it as we want it.
Yep. So you've got that bit. And then what I did was I took a selection of
pearls and carnelian.
And carnelian, yeah. And I'll just show you because the wire fits through the pearls brilliantly.
Fab.
It's perfect.
The 0.4 that you get.
0.4.
The peaches and creams at the bottom, which was with the sari silk, this sari silk, the wire and gemstones as well. That's at the bottom.
So just a basic twist for each of the pearls. Thread it onto your wire and twist. Don't over twist, otherwise it breaks.
But you can feel it, can't you?
Yeah. Once you've got a section, and it's work hardened as you go, so it's not going to
flop.
Technical term.
Yeah.
So I made a whole batch on one wire.
Okay.
Just sort of going along, and then clustered them up, and then once they're in the cluster, you can actually shape them and move them about to get them however you like them. And then it's a bit tricky, so you might need to use your Macramé pins. T-pins are brilliant, or an awl or something, just to find a gap. Make sure your fingers are out of the way.
Good tip.
Yeah. Voice of experience.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Spiking yourself.
I am quite accident prone. And just feed the end of your flower stamens through.
Yeah.
And then it wraps round the base of your flower. You might need to wrap another bit of wire around just to make sure it's secure.
Okay.
But then they're fastened in and in place. And the other thing that I did for the flower on the scarf is I used mica powders. Now we've done a lot of mica powders in a whole range of different colours, so you could use any of them really to go across that. But I chose two of the colours, what were they? Blush and light gold, which worked really well with the colours in the sari silk.
It's such a fab finish. It almost looks like polymer clay, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's metallised it.
It's got a gorgeous metallic, and it's so strong as well. It's really nice, but it's so wearable because it's obviously not as heavy.
Yeah. That's fine. So, do
you want to open one for you?
Oh. Use a bit more of your PVA glue, and then if you want it to come just on the edge of your petal, then if you just paint around the edge, what you can do is actually dip it into your pot.
Oh, clever.
So it doesn't go everywhere. But of course, me being me, thought, oh, that's not enough. I need a bit more. So I painted across the whole piece and actually picked some up on my brush and put it on.
And really went strong.
Yeah. And because it's PVA glue, once it's on there,
it dries clear.
It dries clear, so you don't see the glue.
Yeah.
But you can mix your colours as well, which is gorgeous. Mix your different layers, but on the each petal, I mixed both of these together, so it's nice because you've got the sari silk colours coming through still, but you've also got the mica powders.
It almost looks like gold leaf.
It does, yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. So that worked really well. I was really happy with that.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful
And it highlights the texture too, which is nice if you wanted to just do that. And paint another layer of PVA glue on once it's dried, and that seals it in, stops it coming off on your sari silk or your clothing or anything.
Great tip, thank you. If you do have any questions for Deb, feel free to message us in, text us 60777. Alternatively, send and start your text to the JM Studio, or just message us online. Really sorry. Any questions you might have about finishing touches, if you're seeing this and maybe you just want something reiterating, do just message us in. And also, who sent me that text about the ice cream? No, the hedgehog ice cream.
Hedgehog?
Liz says that she read this on the break, and we were like, what does that even mean? In Falmouth, you can get hedgehog ice cream. You haven't lived until you've tasted one. Sunny here now. Liz. Thank you very much, Liz.
Is it roadkill or something?
Is this genuine hedgehog, or is this
just hedgehog flavoured? And who tasted the hedgehog to know that's what it tasted like?
Oh, I've got a picture of someone licking a hedgehog. Oh, what about maybe it's just shaped like a hedgehog? Do you know what I mean? Like
chocolate. It could be chocolate ice cream in a bowl and spiked.
It could, couldn't it? Liz, go on. Tell us, please. Continue. Anything like that. Jane in Cornwall does have some ice cream. I'm glad. Or any messages for Deb to do with finishing off techniques?
Did you nearly call me Bev?
No.
No.
No. Did I? Maybe I did. That is not a hedgehog ice cream. You just show me a picture of a hedgehog sat in a cone.
That's
it's
really
ridiculous.
cute, though.
It's adorable. Anyway, continue. It's making me hungry now. Is that weird? Probably. So we're going on to this piece. Did you say that?
Yep. So we've got the coney spiral bits at the bottom. It's an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah. So we're going to do this section here.
Right, so the bottom bit is the beads. It's a beady bead.
Okay,
but on a mammoth scale. So what I did was I took a selection of the beads, and just a random mixture. And what that did, it actually used up the last of my pearls.
Okay.
And I mixed in some of the carnelian. So, I mean, we've made no end of beady beads in the past, and there's loads of tutorials. So
there is one on our website. It's free.
The only thing is, because the beads are quite heavy.
If you are new, a beady bead is a bead made from beads. Essentially, it's really easy. Go on our website. It's a free tutorial on there.
The only thing I would say is, because I've done it with monofilament.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see how it's all joined up.
No.
But it's because the beads are so heavy and chunky. I made sure I went through and through and through, and I got the monofilament through all the pearls and the carnelian.
That's great.
2 or 3 times.
That's fab.
So now it's quite a solid
Sturdy.
structure. I made a cone using the 1mm wire.
Yeah.
And my trusty, which I've lost.
Trusty.
Who's nicked it? My
trusty.
I put it away.
Oh.
Cream horn tin former thing.
Former.
You could use a Wags Y cone, but I haven't got one. So I tend to use this for all my cone shapes. For the flower basket I made,
I remember.
I used this.
It was your first time, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
All them weeks ago. Well, months now.
Months now.
Blimey.
So how I did it was I left the wire on the reel, and the end of the cream horn. I don't know if you can still buy these in shops.
Oh wow! How long have you had that for?
I inherited it from my mother-in-law.
Wow! So that's been around for years and
It has.
years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fab. I'm sure they'll still be around. I've got to admit, I've not seen them since, before you brought it to me.
Since prehistoric times.
Well, no, only in museums. No. No.
Yeah, along with all the Victorian jelly moulds.
Oh, I used to love. We used to have a really olden day blancmange mould that was really
They're
ornate.
brilliant, aren't they? They're fab. I've chopped that off because I'm going to whip it around now and take a child's eye out. Beware.
Beware.
So when I did it at home, I actually held it against my body to try and fix it, because it's not as easy doing it on this as it is on a Wags Y cone. But it makes a huge spiral because you can go all the way down to the end.
Okay.
So it's just a case of carefully winding it round and getting them as close as possible. I think the Wags Y cone is probably a bit more of a sharper cone shape as well.
Yeah.
This is a lot more gradual, but it would both work.
Just whilst you're spiralling and we're
Spiral
watching,
away.
Hedgehog ice cream is the following.
Oh.
Organic apparently is important. Vanilla ice cream slathered in clotted cream and then rolled in crushed hazelnuts.
Ah. Yum.
That's delish. You see how I buy you time whilst you're spiralling?
Thanks.
No problem. But also, I think that's something the nation needed to know.
Without a doubt.
Fab. I might have a go at that. Fab.
Here's one I made earlier.
Beautiful. Spiral complete.
Okay, so I've got a really long tail going through the middle of it.
Yeah.
And that's how I made the tassel. So we've lost the end again. No, we haven't.
No, we haven't. It's there.
Okay. So what I did was decide how long I wanted my tassely bits, get rid of the knot, and I cut off all the knots. So I only took pieces that weren't attached. And just cut off a number of lengths. Okay, that's a knot, so that goes. So we've got, how many pieces there? 3. Keep going because it's not a big enough tassel yet. Need a bit of drama, so there's another knot. So the lengths that I've cut here are probably about 30 centimetres. That's probably 30, 35, something like that, centimetres, which worked quite nicely and balanced with the size of the cone and the scarf. The body of the scarf was knitted, and the pattern that I used, excuse me, was from a 1980s tank top thing that had like holes worked in and ridges worked into it and stuff.
Oh, I adore that.
So obviously you can just make up any pattern that puts holes in and makes it quite textural.
I see.
The other bit that I knitted here is on big needles.
Okay.
So they're size
5mm.
5mm. And that's just a pattern that I knitted in a scarf when I was about 14.
Oh, fab.
Like Doctor Who scarf thing, all sorts of.
So high fashion.
Yeah,
so
I know.
high fashion.
Yeah. Knit one, make one, knit 2 together.
Okay, knit 1, make 1, knit 2 together.
Yep.
Knit 1, make 1, knit 2 together.
So it makes holes in it.
I see. Gives you the
which
gaps.
is, yeah. And then what I did with the scarf there was the pattern actually curls. So I then stitched along in and out using sari silk.
Where it is naturally curled.
Yeah.
To create this look.
Yeah. So it's tubular.
Fab.
Clever people can knit on circular needles and stuff and make it. That'd be fantastic. That'd be absolutely brilliant to do that, but I can't.
Enough.
Okay, so we've got a load of bits of sari silk there, ready for the tassel. So it's easy to do because all I did was looped it over my piece of wire and pushed it back up through the cone until it comes out the end.
Yeah.
Pair of pliers, grab the end
and
pull. And you can feel when it starts to have the resistance and doesn't want to go any further.
And it becomes locked
and
in.
It's locked in now, yeah. So then the next step was just to bend it over the front and I made a spiral just
detail.
to decorate there.
Just to finish and decorate it.
Yep.
That's such a clever technique.
And then the beady bead
Yeah.
just fits on the top, except I made this one too tight.
That's wonderful.
Hang on. It doesn't want to go on this one because I made it too tight for the spiral.
And that's how it
But
looks.
that's fine, because this loop can actually go through the end of your scarf to attach and thread back through that way.
And there it is. That's how you create the tassel effect. How easy peasy is that?
Make your beady bead a little bit looser and it will fit further down on your tassel.
I quite like it on top like that actually.
Yeah.
'Cause it's locked in, isn't it?
Curtain ties.
Curtain ties. So we're going to move on and have a little look at our next piece now. Now in our next piece we are working with different types of thread and cord. So I want to bring you now some of the different types of thread that we've recently had in. It is our suede-ette. You have got 6 different colours of this. You've got some with that gorgeous metallic lustre to it as well. If I take off some of this silver, have you seen this before?
I've seen the pink and the blue. I've not seen the metallic-y ones.
It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah.
5
That's
meters
nice.
you get on each of these. So you've got this is your silver, 1 mil, all of these are 1 mil. You've got your gold, you've got bronze, you've got your gold sparkle, you've got this one which is your silver sparkle, and you've got red as well in here. All of them with really, if I show you the difference between the sparkle ones. So there's your non-sparkle, which has got the more of the leather feel. And then this is the gold sparkle on top. So there's one without sparkle. These are both classed as the gold, but I think you can see the massive difference here. Can you see? This is your difference. So the top one is sparkle and the base one isn't. So you've got 30 meters in total on all of this. 2 organza bags. Price today, 30 meters. For just £10. That's all you're going to be paying for genuine suede, and it's really good quality as well. Really strong, a lot of strength there, and it's got bounce back as well. If you've worked with suede before, you'll know that certain brands of suede don't have bounce back, and that means that when you pull them, they will stay slim like this. But as soon as I let it go, can you see it shrinks back up? This has bounce back, which goes to show the quality of this. So do give it a go today. 30 meters, £10. Fab. So where are we heading off to next? 2 organza bags with that as well.
They're really nice colours as well.
Lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, really nice. If I show you the earrings that I've got the sari silk on.
Very cute.
Do that little bit. Using the 925 head pins.
Yeah.
It's dead simple, and if you had any memory wire or using the wire from this, you could do quite interesting things with it, with threading it on. I keep losing the end.
No, you don't. You just keep thinking you
There
have.
it is. Gotcha. Okay. Do the bits. So I probably had about an inch, 2.5 centimetres ish. Cut 2 before you start.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll have
So you know it's the same.
odd ones. Yeah. Choose your carnelian to go on, and then it's dead easy. Just threading straight onto the head pin. So it feeds through the silk quite well, and it's just a zigzag backwards and forwards, like what's it called, a running stitch.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, that's it. And it all gathers up like a little, almost like a little flower rose or something.
Cute.
And then just pop your other bead on top. If you can find the hole in the stone. I've turned a really big loop on the top because I quite like that as a feature.
I like that as well.
And then you can see how it squashes it all down. And if that's too zhuzhy for you and you want it a bit more controlled, then make your running stitches smaller.
Smaller together. So the pleats will be closer together.
Yeah, yeah. And that makes it a tighter zigzag.
Fab. So that's your earrings. How easy is that? Sari silk, you might not always think dainty, but I think that's proof there that you can have a dainty little look, really quick and simple, but with beautiful sari silk. Now, where are we heading to next?
How long have we got left?
I have got 13 minutes. Unlucky for some, but not for you. Ages.
Ages.
Where are we going to
Very
head to?
quick, on the pendant on the front.
The pendant. So, whilst before we start work on the pendant, I want to give you a chance to own some wire. because we've used 1mm here. We used 1mm on the crocheted neck piece as well. So I'm going to give you some 1mm in alternate colourways. Really fun and bright.
Nice.
Can you imagine with that green sari silk that I had?
That'd look amazing.
You've got 200 metres in total, and you've got both are 1mm. You've got the royal purple, and you've got the turquoise tone as well. If you've got that sari silk, do you see what I mean?
The purple as well.
How fun! How bright and fun are they? And even with the multicoloured one, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And they'd work with this because this one as well, because
this one that came in the kit.
It's got pinks and purples and touches of greys and greens in there as well.
Yeah.
So nice.
Isn't that fun? 200 metres. It's a Saturday saving today. Buy one, get one half price. You won't pay £55.90. However, because it's a buy one, get one half price, you will pay just £41.92. Buy one, get one half price. And it's going to give a totally different feel, isn't it?
It will. Yeah. Yeah.
200 metres, just £41.95. Buy one, get one half price today. And if you are interested, or if you have maybe tried to make or recreate, maybe you've got Alison Terry's DVD, she works a lot with coloured wire, so stock up whilst you can. Buy one, get one half price, £21.92 today.
That's fab.
Would you like, oh sorry, you want to put a question up? Yes, not a problem. There's a question here. JM Studio, what type of PVA glue is it? Is it washable type or the other type?
It's
Many
the other
types.
type. Yeah, it's the other type. So it's something I got from the builder's yard.
Get you.
Basically.
So if you go to a home store, maybe better than say a craft shop.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's the sort of
question.
PVA
Wouldn't
you
even thought
use
of that.
in building work.
Fab. Thank you very much for sending that in. Brilliant. So pendant in 11 minutes.
In 11 minutes, speedy.
11 and a half.
Okay, the lace bit, what am I talking about?
No.
The silk bit is just strands, lengths, whatever length you wanted. I think it's about 16 inches that I did the actual silk. I've connected it to the cones in the same way, one either end, and I've also incorporated a Kumahimo cord that has been woven. It's an 8-strand braid. One of the strands was the silk, and the rest of the strands were made up of the peach and the sort of mulberry red colour.
Yeah.
So that just adds a bit of interest and detail going round. I wanted to make a piece that was quite neat and tidy, because when you get the sari silk, you look at it and you think, it's going to be messy, but it doesn't need to be.
Okay.
And that's also how I made the bracelet, was using the end of the braid. The front pendant bit was made separately, using 3 wires. Start off with a figure of 8 weave, just up and down and round on this section, and then I went to a weave using 5 wraps round each wire coming round. Next, added in a spiral. So I made a basic spiral, and then using the 0.4, I wrapped round some of the coils just to secure it and make sure it stayed in place. And I like the texture of the wire coming across.
I really like that.
On the spiral. I like
Just
sort
give
of
it a different feel.
the contrast. Okay, now there's no way I'll ever recreate that one exactly the same. So I'm not even going to try. Is that defeatist? And I just played with the wires until it made a nice shape that I liked, and at each point then secured it. So I quite like the way that's sort of looking there. Now it ends up looking really, really messy because I've got wires shooting off all over the place, connecting different bits and pieces together. So if I connect that there, I also added in some of the 925 crimp bead covers that came in the findings pack. But what I didn't realise was I closed them up and put them on my wire, but then a couple of times I pulled the wire too tight, and the wire, because it's 0.4, it slipped out of the loops, yeah. So they pinged off, so you have to reapply them if they do that.
Take your time.
Take your time, don't over pull the wire. And that's really just all I did, was keep spinning my wires round, attaching them as I go, and to put the loop of stones on, I took one wire round like that and then attached it at some point back with some of the 0.4, and then using another piece of 0.4 that was then in place down here. You can thread, actually let's put pearls on. That's not the hole, that's the hole. Thread your pearls on, and that will give you then your spacing for your second wire to come round. This one's growing a bit bigger than the other one. A couple of wraps to secure it in place, and with the carnelian the wire actually went through twice, so I don't know if it does with the pearls, probably not, but that's fine, because what we can do is carry on wrapping around your loop like that, and then you'll reach the point where you then want to add in your second pearl. So it probably took a couple of hours of just quite relaxed playing with wire and beads to make up the pendant, and I've used the heart chain in a really tiny little cone at the bottom as a feature with one of the fantastic sparkly 925 beads.
Is that the beads we had on from the first kit? Oh, from this kit?
From
the
this
925?
kit, yeah, this one.
Forgot this kit on 925
so
and as well
they're
for 27.
really nice. Yeah.
Forgot about that. Can I show the sneaky thing of this that I love?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at the back. You'll note something missing. What's missing? Let's have a look all the way around. What's missing? What's normally at the back? Yeah, the clasp. Where is the clasp? Hidden. Isn't that clever? Hidden at the front. Do you know why this is so clever? A, because it gives you this gorgeous fluidity. It means that the sari silk's lovely and soft around the back of your neck. But it also means that you can take it on, put it on and off without having to fiddle around the back. Get my hair out. Without having to fiddle around the back.
And you can't see where it's connected. It just works in with the design.
Even when you turn it over, you can't really, it doesn't stand out. It's just there. Fab, isn't it? Love it. Love.
Cool.
Well, off again. Fab. So, You've added on the gemstones, let's say.
Yep. So making the clasp, I just used one of the wires that was in the design and made. You see, some of these I just pull through and wrap around. So when you're pulling it through, you can say, okay, at this point, I now want to make my hook for my clasp. So you've got a loop on the end of your cone already. So if we make a hook here and make sure, let's cut that one off so it's out of the way. I'll have to neaten it up later. We can make a hook that comes out this way. So just bend it over using the flat nose pliers. You can just squeeze the end to make it smaller and neater. Okay. Get your wires aligned, and then using your round nose pliers, you can just bend your hook over. And I think on this one I may have wrapped it. Did I wrap the base?
Yes.
0.4.
No.
No? Oh no. Some I do, some I don't.
Why not?
So that's made your hook, and then your loop will just fix on and disappear.
So simple when you see it, but ingenious.
It works really nicely because I didn't want to cut the silk at the back.
And it makes it so much more wearable. Like I said, against the back of the neck, it's so soft.
It is, it's dead comfortable, that
It's
one.
really comfortable.
Nice.
I think it's fab. And we said we'd talk through all of them, so let's, in a minute, just have a quick discussion about this one. Have a look at this bracelet.
So that one is the end of the Kumihimo cord from the necklace. I'd managed to just get enough woven together. Made a loop on one end by passing the wire through the Kumihimo and pulling it round, and then binding it back onto
onto itself.
Back onto the cord, yeah.
Yeah.
And then made a small cone, and instead of attaching the silk, I attached a stone and pushed it back through, and then again that's pushed through the Kumihimo cord
locking itself
and
into
bound.
this bit.
Yeah. So that then makes the clasp.
Which just does up, essentially, like a button.
Yeah.
Isn't that wearable? Just like a button. Fab. Wearable again.
Yes.
And, as we said earlier, dainty.
It is, yeah. It's not super
With
heavy,
Sari
it's
silk.
quite feminine, and
Yeah.
it's nice. I like that one.
Fab. I love.
Good.
Deb, you're a total star. We're
Thanks,
coming
Becky.
back to look at your challenge.
We
But
are.
I'll see you for Imperial Topaz after this.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. The early bird catches the worm. Don't miss out on your chance to grab our amazing early bird offers at 9 AM on weekday mornings. Catch them while you can.
Did you know that every individual gemstone in our Gems of Distinction collection goes through a 7-stage intricate process to get from the rough to a beautiful bead?
Saturday savings, including Imperial Topaz under £20, under £15, under 10. Too exciting. I'm going to bring this to you in a matter of minutes. Not long at all. But before that, let's bring you some more goodies. Where are we going, Pip? Ooh, pearls. I've never seen a double strand of pearls before.
Wow.
How cute are they?
The colour on those is amazing.
Set of 2. This, do you know what this says to me? Mardi Gras. Parties,
Cocktail.
dancing, cocktails, on a beach, fun, gorgeous summer wedding.
Lovely.
Double strand of pearls. Wow. Are these new? Let me measure these. Ruler of Truth says 30 centimetres, isn't it? 30 centimetres, but that's doubled. So 60 centimetres worth on each strand of pearls.
Wow.
60 centimetres worth, because Ruler of Truth says 30 for just one, but it's doubled up, isn't it? That is a massive, massive amount, isn't it? Normally on pearls we'll bring you about 35, 40 centimetres, won't we? 60 is special. How interesting is this? So you've got really gorgeous green and really poppy pink cultured pearls. Now I've got plenty to fit into this last section, so let's get your price in nice and quick. Tenner. Wow. What's my size on these? 7 by 5 mil, these are. 7 by 5 mil. £10. So if 7 by 5 mil, if you're a lip reader, that's what I was waiting for. 7 by 5 mil on these. That's big, isn't it? For £10, for 60 centimetres worth, for this much bright poppy fun. Hey, mixed in with those sari silk flowers you did in the centre,
yeah.
like little stamen.
Yeah.
Oh, fun! I love. KKPO75 is the code. Get your hands on it now. £10 for 2 double strands of pearls. Oh no, half my stock's gone already. Look, I love them as they have fun. I've got loads left, obviously, but just to show you as a little bracelet. Look how fun that is.
Oh, stripy, yeah.
Stripy, but I've got loads left. Loads. £10, half my stock's gone. You're gonna have to be quick. You're gonna have to get in there. Eileen, Bev, Natalie got one. £10 today. I brought you some gorgeous coloured wire before, didn't I? How do you feel about a real poppy pink? This is your fuchsia coloured wire. You've got 100 metres on both. Don't let the spools fool you. There is 100 metres on both of these. I know it looks impossible, but both of these hold 100 metres worth. Purely all it is this, because it's stubbier, the wire goes right to the nub, whereas you'll be able to see the nub in here is a lot larger. So they both hold 100 metres. This is your 0.6, this one's your 0.4. Bright fuchsia, 200 metres in total. Your price for Saturday savings isn't going to be £34.90. That's what it should be. It's lovely to have your favourite 0.4 in a gorgeous poppy pink with the 0.6. Two really workable sizes there. Your price is going to be just £29.95 for you today. That's a saving of, I know, like £5 something, isn't it? And the thing is, with 0.4 and 0.6, although you might not work with them together that much, imagine having a base wire of 1mm and then actually weaving with this, just having that silver sneaking through. What else would you think of doing with these, Deb?
I think I would use them together because I'd twist them with the other colours as well.
Oh, 0.6 in the wire twister tool.
Yeah.
With
and then
different
you get
tones.
Fantastic patterns coming through. And then if you twist the twists as well.
Oh, twist.
Twist to twist. Yeah, that's always gorgeous. That's the word of the day.
And I think it goes really well with this moonstone actually, because it's got blue sheen. Now you can't really see that at home. Oh no, you can a little bit. Can you sort of see the blue shiller? Yeah, you can over there a little. Because I love pink and blue together. This is your rainbow moonstone that I've got for you now. 220 carats worth of this in the graduated medium nuggets. Lengthy strand, 38 centimetres. Now it's quite, if someone's new maybe watching jewellery making now, or perhaps it's someone who's been with us a while but hasn't really gone into the graduated nuggets, what would you suggest as kind of a first outing for a nugget attempt?
I think
'cause it's an unusual shape, isn't it, to be honest?
It is, yeah, it is unusual. Oh, you can see the
You can see the blue shiller, can't you?
Yeah.
I can see it to eye. It's the lights in here and the camera. It doesn't do it justice. Get it home to enjoy it.
I think it's the thought of it is scarier than actually using it. So I think if you just jump in with both feet, and even if you just restring it with some spaces in between, so you can see each of those beads.
Yeah.
That would really look lovely, because the contrast between the nuggety shape and say a round spacer bead is interesting.
I know what you mean, because it sort of draws the eye.
Yeah.
It's that kind of interest.
It's the contrast and difference that makes them look special.
This is a really hard question. What price are you thinking for a 38 centimetre strand?
I was just going to say that's really long.
It is long, isn't it?
Probably 15.
Yeah. Would you be happy to pay $14.95 on it?
I would, because it is a long strand and they're fairly sizable chunks.
Yeah, and they are sizable. Nowhere near that. Nowhere
I'll
near.
have 2 then, please, Becky.
You can have 3 for this price. Your price today, £7.95.
Oh wow, that's good.
That is, isn't it?
That is really good, because you've got a lot of stones on there.
Loads of stones, and truly do get it home, because the cameras, the lights don't really do it justice. They don't do it justice. There's plenty of blue on this. There really is. You can see it to eye much better. It's yours today, £7.95. QVYY 68. I've got for you now a lovely strand of chalcedony. I love the way that the colour pools in this, around the edges. Very, very rare that I say this for chalcedony, but this is totally natural. Very rare to say that about chalcedony. A lot of dyeing, a lot of treatments go on with chalcedony. Dyeing, I suppose, is the main one, but this is natural chalcedony. 80 carats worth of these faceted drops, 9 to 13 mil approximately, and it's a 20 centimetre strand. These drops really are so high shine, so high sparkle, really easy to work with as well. If you wanted to create, say, flower shapes with these, you absolutely can, can't you?
They're gorgeous as flowers, and because of where they're drilled, if you use a 0.25 or a 0.4 possibly wire through the drill holes, it's so easy to just pull it together and make a flower. 5. So I mean, there's quite a lot on that strand.
Yeah, loads.
So you can make quite a few flowers.
You can make plenty, couldn't you?
Yeah.
If you did 5 petal
just
flowers,
really delicate blue as well. It's like
4,
forget-me-not blue.
Yes,
which is
right.
Really soft and it's beautiful.
That's so. What a gorgeous description. Yeah, definitely. Forget-me-not blue. Let's give you an unforgettable price. £9.95 is your price on this. It's totally natural. Very rare for me to say that of chalcedony, but you're getting it today. It's from Turkey. There's 80 carats worth. It's yours today. £9.95. CXRU 68. Got some high looks for you now, and these are reminding me of the owl we did earlier on, because they're spacers. Imagine 925 spacer eyes.
Ooh,
good
that'd be
idea.
Nice.
That's exactly what you've got here in the gold. Macramé beads. Now they are great for using in macramé, aren't they?
They've got a nice big hole.
Huge.
So it's easy, yeah.
Huge. Where's that wire gone? I've got some 0.6 here. Yeah, go on, throw us a 1 mil. I just want to see, because I think I've done this before, and I'm sure I was able to get really a 1.5 through it. Yep, I can. This is 1 mil that we're on now. If I get this at the right angle, can you see all that space through there? Look, that's with the 1 mil through it. You could get 2 1 mils through here.
Yeah.
Couldn't you?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Isn't that fab? So you're going to be getting 80 of these, and they are 925 gold. You've got, oh hang on, how many of these do you get? It says on my slide 40. I just want to double check which one's right. 80, because you get 2 packs. Oh, I've only got 1 pack out. That's fab. Fab. So you're going to be getting 80 of these, definitely. This is just 40 that I've got here, and look how far that goes.
Yeah.
925, 80 pieces in total. IPGC 36, your price. £17.90 is good, but it's not a Saturday saving. How do you feel about 20% off? What about making that even better and giving you a 30% saving today? 30% saving, it's £12.53. Bang on the nose, 30% off for you today. 925 golden balls for you today. £12.53. I've got a shaky thumb. What's that about? Oh, I can't control it. Stay. That's it. £12. Very bizarre. £12.53 for you today. Come here, 95. Now, I've got, if you are new to Jewellery Maker, we've had loads of new newbies on today. Thanks for joining us. I've got a newbie starter kit for you here. Even if you're not new, even if you're just fancy, maybe you've been in wire work for ages, but you know how high fashion macrame is at the moment. You've seen in all of the high street stores, macrame and braiding is huge, isn't it, at the moment? And perhaps you just want to branch off into a new direction, possibly open up your audience, possibly give you the chance to get in touch with people and attract customers that you haven't been able to before. So you want to branch off into a new skill, then this is the one for you. I've got 3 lengths of organza ribbon. I've got white, I've got a black, and I've got this gorgeous almost stainless steel blue. As well as that, you have got your satin cord in a blue. You've got beading threads, which is a threading material, essentially very tiny wires all coated and kept together. You've got elastic for stretchy bracelets. Monofilament is a very clear thread. It's what the lovely Deb used to create her pearl beady bead earlier on. You're getting memory wire, 14 coils of this. All you have to do is strand on your gemstones, even if you just wanted to strand one on, and you've got a flexible multi-fitting ring there. You've got to make up to 14 on this. Or you can just squunch it and make your own little pendants, fab. As well as that, you're going to be getting your organza bag, which has on it handmade gemstone jewellery, and you get 2 DVDs as well. You're going to get your Macramé edition 2. Now don't worry, it's not like Lord of the Rings, you don't have to own the first one. It goes in with basics as well as showing you more intricate details such as how to twist with beading thread, how to do macrame with wire, how to do memory wire and satin cord together, Japanese knotting, and plenty more on there. In fact, this is a little section of it with the lovely Mark Smith. You get shown how to create pieces like this, including that. You'll get shown how to make all of these. It's around an hour long. You've also got your braiding DVD as well. This is edition 1. This shows you the real basics of your braiding. Shows you the spiral half hitch, the fishtail braid. Shows you how to do a round hitch as well and a half hitch. There's others in there as well. So, all of this would normally come to £16.85 because we know our DVDs are £4.95, so let's say they're a £5 each. Just for the 2 DVDs, you're looking at tenner. Today though, 2 DVDs, memory wire ring, beading thread, elastic, monofilament, blue satin cord, blue organza, black organza, white organza, purple bag. Buy the DVDs, get the rest of it free. £9.90 for you. These are £4.95. Buying these 2 DVDs is £9.90. So you're getting 14 loops of memory wire, beading thread, elastic, monofilament, your satin cord, 3 of your organzas, and an organza bag for free. All of this is free. Nothing. Nout. Do you know what? Even if you've already got one of these DVDs, on Jewellery Maker website, all the time people are saying, oh, I've got a copy of, say, the Macramé one. Does anyone want to swap it? You can just swap it on there. People do it all the time. Treat yourself today. There's loads of you on the phone for this. Because do you know what? For the price of 2 DVDs, let's be honest about it. You might watch the DVDs and think, that's not really my style. It's not really what I fancy. Just pop it all back in the bag, give it as a gift. Under a tenner. You can't buy a decent Easter egg for that. I am shocked at the price of Easter eggs this year. Absolutely mind-boggling.
And they last 2 seconds.
They last 2 seconds, and there's no chocolate in the middle. They're empty. No. Anyway, £9.90 for you today. Buy 2 DVDs, get all the rest of this free. Now, I told you that this was coming. I'm so excited to bring it to you. It's one of my favourite gemstones. It truly, truly is. The reason I adore this gemstone is because for me, the luxury is in the exclusivity. The luxury is also for me in a gemstone where you know how hard that has been to get to you. At the end of the day, a gemstone wouldn't be a gemstone if it wasn't simple to get. A gemstone wouldn't be a gemstone if there wasn't a point of rarity to it, would it? But this gemstone takes that and goes to another level. Imperial topaz can be mined for around 2-3 months in a year. 100 carats worth you have here today of imperial topaz. You can get your hands on it about 2-3 times 3 months in a year, because essentially into the crust of the earth for this we are 40 kilometres. No, is that right? No, yes we are 40 kilometres into the Earth's crust, which is about, well, that's about 25 miles, isn't it? Is that right? Yeah, it is about 24, about 25 miles into the crust of the Earth, that is, to get these. So, imagine that far down, 24 miles into the crust of the Earth, okay, to get these. That area, because it's in such a high water table, such a high water ledge, that 25 miles into the crust pit, where as soon as rainy season hits, it gets covered in water, completely covered though. Not just a bit damp at the bottom, totally covered. For 8 months of the year, we can't get into the mine. The rest of the time, we spend thousands and thousands and thousands upon almost hitting into the hundreds of thousands, getting huge pieces of equipment, dredging this water out. And when we can get in there for those 2 months out of a year, you can only get into the mine 3 or 4 people due to safety, due to the actual size of it. So the fact of the matter is, we can only get our hands on this 2 months in a year.
That's crazy.
Isn't that? And that's not just us, that's imperial topaz in general.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. You forget, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You do forget. It's just beautiful. And it's got a matte-like finish to it, almost this Turkish delight shiller. 26 centimetre strand. Your price today, I said it was going to be under 20. I said it was going to be under 15. I said maybe under 10. Genuine imperial topaz, £6.95.
Wow.
Yep.
There's no other word for it.
No, genuinely there isn't. This takes so much work to get your hands on. If you imagine, okay, a mine that you can only get to 2 months out of the year, that's 60 days about in 365 in a year, and in those 60 days out of a year, you can only have 3 or 4 people working in that one location at any time. It's mind-boggling that you can get your hands on one of, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful pleochrismic gemstones in the world. I love imperial topaz. It makes me feel luxurious. It makes me think high-end. It makes me think just deliciousness. Let me take all my things, take all my bits. I'm going to bring this over as well. Come with. Hi, Deb.
Hello.
We're coming over to have a little look at your challenge. I just wanted to show you this in the flesh, if that makes sense.
It's a gorgeous colour.
What do you think?
Excuse me. I love these, the nuggets and the rough.
They're lovely, but it's
smooth.
Yeah.
It's not rough.
No, that's what we call it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's soft to touch. Can you feel any snags? Any?
Nothing. It feels gorgeous to touch, and to look at. The colour is really, it's really tranquil.
Yeah.
And I think that would work so well with aquamarine. And also the, what did you have earlier? You had chalcedony.
Yeah, oh, the drops.
Yeah.
The natural chalcedony I had.
Yeah, they would work really well with that.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And it's £6.95. There are so many of you getting your hands on this. Now, I brought to you the challenge strands earlier on, and it's...
Touch it and it'll fall apart. It's not finished.
That's fine, we don't have to let anyone know.
That's fine. Yeah,
It's fine.
I didn't say.
Too late
anything.
now. Now, at the bottom of your screen is one of the challenge strands, and it was the large green aventurine on this. These huge 30 by 20 mil aventurine, we worked out earlier on that they were coming out at 27 pence per stone. And these are ring size to me. Spellbind. You could make me a cracking ring with this, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can make yourself one.
What? It's not as much fun. So you can make yourself one. No. You have got those at the bottom of your screen. We reduced them in price. They were £6.50 today. That's 27 pence per stone. 500 carats worth. How were they to work with? Because we said they were quite unusual.
Nice. Very nice. These, all I've done is thread them onto the memory wire. But you can get 3, what size is that? 0.4. 3 bits of 0.4 wire through the hole, so it's quite a good size.
Oh, 3 bits?
3 bits I've got through. I was going to make
fab.
you a ring, but
Run out of time. See, spellbinding. Some people make me rings.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just forget to leave that little present at the hotel tomorrow.
Don't forget to leave that little ring present. She's bringing me in loads of rings tomorrow.
presents.
So that was
They're
easy
lovely
to work
though.
with.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the ruby zoisite, which is coming in at the bottom of your screen. Well, it's there now.
Colours.
Whole strand, £6.95. Loads of ruby in that, isn't there?
It's amazing. It's really nice quality, and it's smooth and just it's gorgeous to work with.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Now
Loved
this
it.
is on memory wire.
It's on memory wire.
How
and the
did
gold.
you get all those to keep together?
Well, I've just wrapped them with some wire, but what I really wanted to use, and I couldn't find any in the box, was the cord endings, because if you wrap it round the memory wire, you know that you fold it over like the box
These
thing.
ones?
Yep. You can put your wires through and then fold it over, it down, and it holds them all in place.
Clever.
So I was.
But you
looking
just
for
use
something.
wire?
I've just used wire.
I
So it
absolutely
needs
love that colour
finishing. It
pop.
needs spacing out a bit and finishing. And these are up the other way. So I was just going to put a little bit of glue just to
Just to
make sure
hold
they
them.
stay.
Deb, for a challenge, this is a stunner. You did not have long to create it, and I think you'll all agree at home it's fab. To recreate this, get your hands on the bottom of the screen, Ruby Zoisite for £6.95. Deb, it's been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Oh, don't be stupid. When are you back on?
A couple of weeks, I think. 19th of April.
19th of April. That's reminding me Mum's birthday then, don't forget.
Oh.
What are you going to be making, do you know yet?
We're doing some Kumahimo stuff.
Fab.
So I've not decided exactly what I'm doing yet.
But Kumahimo on the 19th.
Yeah, and some wire I think in with it. So
how wonderful. Deb, you're an absolute star. Thank you so much. Let's head on over because Ed's got a very special guest today.
We've got a guest designer. How are you, Becky?
Good,
right?
thank you. Yeah, very good.
Inspirational show.
I know, absolutely.
Lots of
Loads
fun.
of stuff.
And
What
then
have you got
we've
on tonight?
Oh my word. Probably the sexiest products I've ever seen on the Late Show. I'm being serious. Check this
Really?
out. Labradorite bezels.
They are gorgeous.
Amethyst bezels.
Oh, amethyst.
Plain round pearls. I mean, virtually perfect rounds.
Pretty much.
Amethyst cabochons.
You have got a selection of true
Brand
treats.
new Matrix boxes, not one, but two.
I saw these the other day.
They're actually being launched tomorrow morning, but we've managed to snaffle away a sneaky 50.
Clever.